going
Tara,
live, babe.
remember when I said it with the when we were driving to the dispensary and I forgot my vape and we had to turn around?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot my phone too.
Oh my
damn.
God.
Like, I come in the house and the kids were like, "What'd you forget?" And I was like, "Oh, my vape." And then Shay was like, "Ma, you want your phone too?"
That's funny. I'm packing this bizzle.
I'm scared, Rivers.
Snake eyes. How's everybody doing?
Very lovely.
Toasted.
There is a look. You want to laugh? You ready? Will we see it on this screen, babe?
See it on the Twitch. I just did one.
I'll-
I said toasted.
Yeah, the toasted one.
I said toasted.
Did it come up, or we won't see it on the screen?
You won't see it on the screen.
All right, we gotta wait.
You want me to flip the screens?
God,
How the fuck did my shit get?
spent all summer fighting Wolverines.
I missed my
Can
time.
you copy paste the source?
There you go. I didn't want it on the intro screen.
Mm-mm.
One on my
Oh.
main. Now it'll work. There you go, Biggs. Now you can play.
Yodelay-hee-hoo.
Wild
Okay,
Rose.
let me find it. Where's it? Right there.
Yeah.
John Goodman. That's hilarious, yo.
Can I have the light hair?
Painterly, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. We're just getting our pregame going. We are getting our share outs going. So we are ready. And then as we're doing our pregame, we're going to get started. We have special guests, Art of Mike Disney and Terra from Terra.
Hello.
Welcome in.
Hi, Terra.
I don't know what I'm doing. We did
Hi,
that
Biggs.
pregame hard. What am I doing?
You're sharing out, Brokers.
You know, all right, so I know what I'm doing. I didn't know how to do what I needed to do for what I'm doing.
Happy Sunday, Painterly. Good to see
Painterly,
you.
you're a terrific guest.
Both
He's a terrific everything.
True. True. Very, very true.
They are terrific. They really, really are.
That guy came to my house last weekend and brought like a library of D&D books with him.
Wow, that's
Literally.
awesome. I'm a big avid book reader. I love reading books, and I especially love reading anything supernatural and sci-fi-y. So I think I might actually just start reading D&D books, just for the
You
hell
could.
of it.
I think if you like sci-fi,
Oh, you'll
you
love
could go with Spelljammer.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man, who redeemed it? You did?
I'm a boss like that. We can't say the word books yet.
Okay, so-
shit.
How are we gonna get through
Anyway.
that?
Paper thing.
Say,
Reference.
say tomes,
Tomes,
Some
Rolls.
references.
scripture.
Oh.
tomes, novels.
Yeah, but it's not the whole stream. It's like, what, 10 minutes?
I think it was actually only 2. I don't remember.
So what's the word we can't say, Brokers?
Learning things.
Trying to get it.
Learning things.
Them learning things. Alrighty, I'm all shared out.
Oh, I should share out.
You didn't. What have you been doing all this time?
I was ripping a fat
Bullshitting the bullshitters.
dabadoo. That lilac
Now that's-
sugar.
sorry.
Ooh, it's good.
Tara, now that song's stuck in my head. a good song.
Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do.
When the kids were little, Bruce was driving by one of the storage unit places, and they had there was boxes out there that were marked free, and there was one that had a whole bunch of VHS tapes.
Oh, okay.
VHS.
And
It didn't have any tomes in there, did it?
no tomes,
Okay.
just VHS.
Okay.
And one of it was the Muppet movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids would go crazy. We would have to just rewind and rewind and rewind until all of a sudden we're driving, and all of a sudden Bruce and I are just looking at each other going, moving right along, we're going right on the highway. Because the kids just used to love singing it. It was so adorable. I miss those years. Now they're just a bunch of shitheads. Fuck
Wow. They're in the other room wow.
them kids. Fuck them kids. No, we have good kids, and they know that.
I made our in D&D, I made one of our boss fights. I made her say that when she died.
What? Fuck them kids?
Fuck them kids. Mike was like, language.
No, we really do have good kids, so they know that we're just joking around.
Or do they?
So what are we smoking on, Biggs?
Gary Payton.
Terra?
Ruby slippers.
Mike?
Lightsaber.
Lightsaber. What do we got, babe?
Lilac sugar.
Every chain.
Lilac sugar.
Lilac.
Jenny Kush batter.
Jenny Kush batter.
Mm.
For our
I've got limoncello in my dab pen.
Ooh.
slurry crasher for our flazzower.
Slurry crasher.
And I've got a nice Guatemalan roast here in my coffee cup.
And
Ooh.
yeah, I got a nice Dollar General black roast.
DG brand.
But I got a nice blunt with 2 grams of keef in it. And then
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Do you have that sound clip of that one little kid that's like, wow?
No.
You should have played it right
I got
there.
rainbows. That's better than a wow.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about, Brookers?
No.
The little kid.
Oh wait, the little blonde-haired kid that's looking all around like he's on crack.
No.
What?
I'll have to send you the clip sometime. It's just a sound effect that I hear everywhere. I don't know where it originated.
If you've seen the GIF I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. There is this little blonde-haired boy. He's in a blue T-shirt, and he's looking around like he's on crack. Wow.
My husband sent me a Vine the other day of this kid trying an edible for the first time. And it was just they were recording each other sitting in the grass. And the kid was like, I'm going to call my mom. I fucking love my mom, bro. And they were like, no, you can't call your mom. And he started screaming.
Oh my god.
He was like, you can't fucking stop me. He was crying. He was like, I love my mom so much.
Yo, happy Sunday to my boy Heavy T. What's going on, my dude? How you doing tonight? What's going on, man?
What's going on, Heavy T?
Heavy T.
Heavy tea.
My boy, your boy.
Yo, we got Just Biggs in the chat.
We thought you was a toad. You're frozen.
Yeah, we
Oh,
about to,
Jesus.
we about to talk
Frozen.
D&D with Terra from Terra and Art of Mike Disney, yo. It's gonna go down tonight, but right now we got 5 minutes. So tell your friends, call your grandma, and be like, "This shit is going down over here."
It's about D&D. Dungeons and Dragons.
Rolling dice.
Yeah,
D&D.
that's my song.
Mm-hmm. That's at the beginning of every of Mike's streams.
I've not.
Yeah. In the intro.
It is.
He
I don't
sings
think
it in
I've
the
like
intro.
paid it. Like I'm like, oh okay, he's doing this. I'm gonna go get my coffee.
I could
and, like,
probably
you know what I mean?
like recite his stream clip intro word for word.
I just like the one where it's like a close up and he's like, sex.
What are you doing in my house?
Who invited you?
Made that shit so long ago. All that so old.
I like it though. It's cute.
It
Thank you.
is.
It works. It's good enough for an intro. And it's like 10.5 minutes long, so it's perfect.
Mine is like a Ouija board that says starting soon.
Mine has
Which I think is cool, because it spells it out on a Ouija board. That's
Yeah.
pretty badass. I don't know how you did that, but...
I bought it on Etsy.
Mine has a cat smoking a bong that says starting soon.
Yeah.
Mine's just got coffee brewing
You should tune
in
it
the
in so
thing
we
with
have
the
another
smoke.
viewer
Apparently got horses too.
going along with the convo.
Wild
Horses butts.
Damn it, Tara.
Horse Wang, too. Did you see that thing? Holy shit.
It wasn't there some queen or princess or something that got killed by having sex with a horse and the horse landed on her?
I remember
What?
hearing that. Yes, some princess or queen somewhere got fucked to death by a horse.
Yeah.
Yep, that did happen.
I swear I heard that.
I'm not about to Google that right now, but like, yeah, that did happen.
Podcast about to change.
We learning. We learning out here.
These are important facts,
Right?
Heavy T.
So what the
You know what I
ladies
mean?
are referring to is what we like to call a pony show.
Like,
Unlike
Heavy
a
T-
donkey
Have
show.
time for the Vienna sausages.
Yeah,
that are
unlike
in
a
her
donkey
village.
show, the animal is
Wait, wait,
bigger.
What, Tara?
She said she didn't have time for the Vienna sausages in her village.
Oh,
Tijuana Donkey Show.
Oh no.
is it real?
What, Tijuana Donkey Show? You better believe it is.
No, I know that. The one about the. I gotta Google it.
I'm not Googling that. Mm-mm. I don't need to be put on some watch list somewhere. Like,
Was
no.
there a queen?
I got 2 teenage boys with access to the internet. I'm guaranteed to be on some watch list somewhere.
Listen, I've accidentally Googled some terms before, and I just.
I've never... I watch what I put into Google, man. That's for sure.
Like one time, I'm on stream. Like one time, I was trying to Google a hairstyle, so I Googled thick black bang,
Oh my.
and it was a mistake. Mistakes were made that day.
I bet you I know
I've
what you
done
got.
that
Just say that sentence backwards.
Russian Empress Catherine the Great.
Catherine the Great. That's right. I knew this because of fucking Drag Race.
But apparently it was just a rumor. But I don't know why. But apparently the rumor's been going around since she's been dead.
Because she got killed by the horse.
She had, this is probably why, because she was a whore. She had between 10 and 17 male lovers, like at a time.
That's all right. She was trying to get it. You know, she had an itch that they could not scratch. So
Back in the day, they called it hysteria.
She was a
died for
nympho.
it.
She was a nymphomaniac,
Hell yeah.
and she liked to collect erotic furniture.
Whoa. She had like a penis couch, that means.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She was
She had
67 when
pillows.
she died.
What?
Early day sex toys.
Supposedly, the story goes that the harness holding the horse above her broke and she was crushed.
Oh, damn.
She probably wore that harness out, you know? Do you know in Korea there's a penis park? There's a whole park, an
Penis
amusement park. Everything's like penis statues, penis roller coaster. Everything's. You go there and you get like fertile and shit. It's like good luck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's real. Everything's a penis.
That's what. So supposedly she had a piece of furniture, and the tables had large penises for legs. Penises and vulvae were carved out on the furniture. The walls were covered in erotic art, statues of a naked man and woman inside, and some versions of the legend state that the erotic artifacts from Pompeii were brought into Russia for her.
Can you imagine how much that furniture would be worth today?
That's crazy.
Millions. That furniture.
Have you ever seen Alien, Brookers?
The movie Alien?
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember bits and pieces of it. I've only seen it like once, and I was really little.
What is the artist's name? Giger?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of his stuff is like penis imagery, but it's like cybernetic. It's like
Penis and
cybernetic
vagina.
vulvas and penises.
Yeah.
Biomechanical.
Boobs. The whole human body, really.
If you look at it in the backgrounds of the alien shots, it's like very obvious.
Interesting.
H.R. Geiger.
Alien's head. Look at Alien's head. I mean, it looks like
A big penis.
a big old dick.
That's what I was trying to picture it out like, because you're talking about the one where it jumps out of the guy's stomach, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. His chest.
Chest burster.
Yeah, I guess it kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then he was like, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal."
Yeah.
Don't say funny shit when I'm mid puff.
He does that to me all the time.
I almost started choking.
You'll start to learn.
God damn it.
We good, Holmes?
What are we here for again? Dicks? Talking about dicks
I
today on
mean,
Pot of Coffee Podcast.
No.
Today on Pot of Coffee Podcast.
Horse
Penises.
Big said nope.
horse dicks and pony shows.
This ain't my podcast.
Yo, they got a camel on that bitch. Why they got a camel
shit,
hanging
it's
out
a camel.
with the horses? No,
It's
he's
a
hanging
camel.
out with the horses.
There's just a random camel chilling with them.
Random camel. Chilling with the horses.
He identifies as a horse. I'm one of you guys. That's what's up.
Take
He's
note.
the Rudolph of the group.
He's
I
like the only
identify as
camel.
your
He's like,
mom.
fuck the desert, yo. I don't like that shit. We got the
Schmidt
Schmidt.
Show.
Thank you. Porky.
Welcome in.
You should start the show.
I was just waiting. I was going to ask.
Yeah, let Brooker start her show, yo. There's a lot of people here. What's going on, people? It's Sunday.
Sunday.
It's that
Sunday.
It's that Sunday, yo.
Let's start this shit.
Let me get a sip. Hold on.
What's up with all these? Oh, we can't say.
Oh, Bruce. Slipping and sliding. I see you out there gliding and sliding. Avoiding the fuck out of that word.
Yeah, but I think we can say it now. It's been longer than the 2 minutes. Or
It's been 15 minutes.
yeah, so we can say books again, yo. What's up with all these books? The Baked Baker. You know about books?
Bake Baker.
Kyle, we were just
Welcome
talking about you.
We have some really cool new redemptions, y'all, by the way. Point redemptions.
All right, start it up.
All right, jeez. Ready?
Smash it with the fireworkers. What do you want? Applause or laughing?
What?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. Green Slate Gaming.
Green Slate Gaming, thank you. Thank you for the sub. We are just about to get started. So I hope you're ready to enjoy the show.
You right on time, my friend.
Right on time, motherfucker.
We got Terra from Terra and Mike Disney.
Yo.
It's gonna be crazy.
What up?
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fucking crazy.
All right, you ready? We pre-gamed, now we're ready to go.
Nugs, what's good?
All right, Mike Disney, thank you for the scrub, homie. The scrub? The sub.
The scrub.
All right.
How are we gonna get through the night if I can't even talk?
Hey, Jane in the
Thank you for
house,
the
yo.
scrap.
Terra kicked it off.
Bathtub orgy.
That toast is my favorite, yeah.
Oh man, a hype train just started and we haven't even started. Y'all are crazy motherfuckers. Y'all is crazy.
Brookers who are down.
Damn, yo. Wow. Green
We're excited
Slate,
about D&D.
Heavy T,
Yeah, we
Art
gonna
of Mike Disney,
we're gonna be learning tonight, yo.
Fake Baker. Hot damn. Y'all are awesome. I'm gonna keep smoking a little bit then before we
Garrett.
start the show so that we can just keep thanking everybody.
You should tell Kyle about your video game story.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, Kyle, we found Castlevania Symphony of the Night for PlayStation 1 for 75 cents at the store, the thrift store, and we sold it within like an hour for $170.
Like as soon as she put that shit up, it was gone. That's just like so bad.
How awesome is that, man?
The Baked
How
Baker. Yo, Terra from Terra might be a good retro video game source for your collection. You might be able to work some stuff out with her so she don't even have to put it online. You could get direct sales, yo.
True.
Terra from Terra, she like the hookup, yo.
She could be like Rick and be like, I know a guy that would want this.
Getting a fat dab ready. I hear you, Nugs. I got some lilac sugar. We about to hit some Jenny Kush batter. I'm gonna hit that with you.
Green Slate Gaming. My goodness, thank you.
They making it rain on y'all,
Everybody,
brokers.
Art of Mike Disney, Terra, damn, Bake Baker, Green Slate Gaming, your boy Heavy T, my boy Heavy T, our boy Heavy T,
Our boy Heavy T, yes.
all y'all boy.
$6. That's what's up, the Baked Baker.
The community's boy.
Yeah, the community.
He everybody's boy.
That is
My
pretty
goodness, Green
freaking
Slate,
cool, Kyle.
thank you.
I love going to the thrift store, bro. It's like one of my favorite things.
Damn, Heavy T.
Your boy Heavy T, what is up, man? Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Heavy T.
Hot damn, y'all. Y'all are awesome. I can't even get it started yet. 'Cause y'all are just amazing.
Just straight up raining.
For real.
Yo, big love, everyone. Y'all
We
are
do
nuts.
love everyone. I think
Enoch, what's up, man? Welcome in.
Oh, man.
How do you say that, Mike? Enoch?
Bake
Enoch,
Baker.
yeah.
Welcome in, Enoch.
Welcome in, everybody.
Hugs and nugs. It's great to meet you. We
That's
about to
my
get.
buddy right there.
All records shattered.
Once everybody calms down, we about to start.
As soon as everybody calms down, yeah, we're about to start.
But yeah, we got the lovely Terra from Terra here. We got the awesome Art of Mike Disney. Then we got myself, DJ Bruce.
I'm
the
going to do a dab for everybody.
the wonderful Brookers. She said that's not gonna happen. And we got Biggs, yo.
What up, what up, what up?
We got Art
Everybody
of
doing
Mike,
tonight?
Terra.
And we got them horses. Now we're gonna switch up some visuals. We're gonna be our relaxing, chilling. We're gonna have good Dungeons and Dragons session, yo.
It's going to be a fun time. I'm super stoked and excited.
So,
Can I get the blowtorch?
all right, dab time. Nug said, let's get it.
I'm doing it. I'm right there with you, Nugs.
Fired up.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
What did I do with that boat?
Did you take your
Mr. J.
dab out of the refrigerator? Or did you not put it in, Biggs?
I never put it in.
Let's Mr. J, that's my
Mr.
homie
J.
right there, yo. That's my dude. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday,
Thank you for the
everybody, yo.
follow and welcome it. And welcome to all the new people in here who are here for our two very, very, very special guests, Art of Mike Disney and Tara from Terra.
Man, the crowd goes wild for them too, yo.
I go wild for them.
Whoa.
I do. I really, truly, these two are, I don't know. They're so amazing. They're very talented. They're super nice people. They smoke a ton of weed. They're just all around good people.
Right back at you.
Sorry to hear
Alright.
that, Kyle.
Thank
Hopefully
you
you
for
get it done.
the sub. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's never a worry about that stuff. We just like having you, dude.
Absolutely.
We don't need any of that mess. We just need you and your smiles. So that's how we roll.
Oh, man.
Smiles for miles.
I just saw that because my thing moved up. I had to read it.
Smiles for miles.
Kyle, you never have to worry about any of that stuff with us. None of y'all do. We do this because we just love it and have a good time hanging out with our friends and having fun talking to y'all in chat too.
Well, yous are all our people, yo. That's what we like. Yous is our people.
Alrighty.
All right, it calmed down, Brookers.
It calmed down. So I'm going to get this podcast started. Y'all ready?
Yup. Ready spaghetti.
From Dungeons & Dragons' earliest origins and its central role in the infamous Satanic Panic to the fall from grace of STR, what led to its sale to Wizards of the Coast in the game you know today, I have been emailing with Rob Whelan, contributor for the blog Dicebreaker. He sent me an article he published in June of 2022. June of 2022. There's a period there. Joining us tonight on Pot of Coffee are Dungeon Master and mini artist Art of Mike Disney and Dungeon Mistress Tara from Terra, who is also a mini artist. Cuddle up and smoke out with us as we discuss D&D and how it came to be and its cult following today.
I like how that rhymed there. D&D and how it came to be.
It was nice.
It was nice. Brookers is nice.
I'm nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
I hope so. We're
Agreed.
trying.
Brookers real nice about shit, y'all. So yeah, hugs and hugs, good people. This that Sunday. Saturday.
It says
You're going to say
Saturday.
Saturday?
I wish it was that Saturday.
I know, right?
Dungeon Mistress. Oh my.
Indeed.
It does kind of sound like Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
It's got a ring to it, yo.
You know, that was my favorite thing to watch growing up as a kid. Was Elvira.
Yeah, she's great.
I absolutely love her.
Yeah, Elvira's a vibe, yo.
Yeah, Dungeon Mistress also sounds like I strap on leather boots and
I thought you were gonna say put a strap on.
step on willing participants. That too. I mean, that too.
I'm dying.
I don't know if
much.
we're gonna make it, folks. We
We had a good pregame. I tell you that.
hanging out. We were hanging out most of the day. Tara and Mike and Biggs. They a vibe, yo. They good peoples.
And you can usually catch our pregame sessions in Discord for the most part of the day on every Sunday.
Yeah, and DJ Bruce's Discord and the 420 Lounge.
What?
They just,
Yeah, that's right. It is in yours, isn't it?
yeah. We be
Yeah.
vibing in there, smoking, playing video games.
Having blast.
Maybe it should just merge.
Merge.
Yeah.
How do we do that? Is that a thing?
Just tell everybody go to your Discord instead.
It's
So-
on there when she
so-
puts the thing up.
I am not, and like I always knew of Dungeons and Dragons growing up. I had an idea of what it was, but for me, I never got into it. You know what I mean? So when I started doing the research and everything for the podcast tonight, I was looking up for like questions, like what kind of questions would somebody who was new ask? But like as if somebody was interviewing you, which I am.
Yes.
Yeah, you
So
are.
are you able to do regular games? Like weekly games? With your is it a clan?
It's just a group. Sometimes they have names, sometimes they don't. Like in Stranger Things, the group was called the Hellfire Club.
Yep.
Midnight Society.
Just a group.
Yo,
A
Jenny
lot of
Cush is
D&D
good.
groups. A lot of D&D groups formed in chess clubs in high school. Instead of playing chess, they would play D&D.
Yeah, I think our kids had a D&D group thing, like an after-school thing. My son was in for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think before like COVID and stuff, they used to have like a group that met at the library once a week or something like that.
Which is crazy because whenever I was in school, and probably when Mike was in school too, or maybe not yet, but the Satanic Panic, there was no D&D clubs.
Yeah, when I went to school, it wasn't a thing.
Well, like you said,
D&D.
it was under guise of like Mike said, it was under guise of a chess club.
Right.
It's crazy, and we're gonna get into that Satanic Panic in a little bit. And if you have never played Dungeons and Dragons and you have questions that you want to ask Mike or Tara, go ahead and write it in the chat, and they will see it and they'll answer it.
Yeah, I gotta stop the show, Brookers.
Oh no, why?
Cause that girl Sham's in the house, yo. That's my homegirl.
That girl, Sham, I'm sorry, I don't have my thing open right now. That's awesome. Hello.
Shamalama ding dong.
How are you, Sham?
Happy Sunday. It's great to see you.
Magic the Gathering is very close to D&D now, Kyle. It's actually, there's D&D Magic the Gathering called Strixhaven, and it's kind of a crossover.
I never played Magic. I was too old for it.
Never played either one of them.
I think
I don't
our
know
kids
about
had
that.
some magic cards.
I believe our kids play it, but it's weird. I think like Dungeons and Dragons, like I remember my uncle who was like Art of Mike Disney's age. He was big into Dungeons and Dragons. And then my generation kind of wasn't. But then there's the next generation that it kind of came back. And now it's like really back. Like my kids are into it. Everybody, like it's a thing now, yo. I see a lot of it on Twitch.
It's always been a thing. It's just like we were hiding.
Yeah, but now it's out there. Like
Popularized.
Yeah, it's really popular now. It's like mainstream at this point.
Right.
It's not mainstream yet because you know why?
Why?
There's no fucking commercials for it on TV.
Oh, that's true.
That
That's
is
true.
true. That is,
Japan
that's a good
just
way
got
to
a commercial
to
for
think
it
of
though, and I saw it and it was really funny. Remind me to send that to you later, Mike.
Okay.
So, Mike? What would you say is your favorite, the thing that you most enjoy about playing D&D?
The escapism of it. You're transported especially if you have a good imagination, you're transported to another world where you can do anything you want to. Everything's got consequences, of course, but you could be whatever you want to be. You can create your own backstory. You can interact with other interesting characters like yourself. You don't have to worry about anything really except just adventuring and having a good time, and that's what I love about D&D and the socialism of it.
Tara.
Definitely the same thing, the escapism, and I was going to say next, the camaraderie of it all. Just
Yeah.
getting together with like-minded individuals and going on an adventure in your living room, while getting stupid high. It's like,
Right.
it's
So-
just so fun.
Y'all got like a huge community too. Like each one of your groups, like you meet in real life, or even your internet communities, like your Twitches and stuff.
Hmm.
So like that's a thing, man. That's good. People need community, I think. Communities are
Yeah.
great. Hugs and nugs, Sham, Heavy T. I just want to say DJ shit, yo. I just want to be like, I see you out there on the dance floor, yo. Heavy T fucking stomping, yo.
Yeah, Heavy
We
T.
getting it on a Sunday.
Doing
That girl
backflips.
Sham, she's sliding and gliding, baby. Let's go.
That's just you casting bardic inspiration.
We got
Yep.
Enoch. He over there breakdancing. His shoes is on
That's
fire.
exactly what it is.
Everybody
So-
in chat gets inspired.
Now, you're both dungeon master, mistress. What would you say makes you a good DM?
Ooh.
Oh my god, I have to talk good about myself.
Yes.
Oh no.
You're about to answer.
I'm pretty good at writing
Can you get that?
and doing voices, so I think that I provide just a entertaining level of storytelling to my group, and I think that makes me a good TM.
Mike?
I think my creativity and my imagination is what makes me a good DM. Because I'm really good with making shit up on the fly. Like that's what I've been doing with my home campaign so far, and they've been loving it. We've all been having fun. We just leveled to level 3, So I think that's what makes me a good DM, and them having fun is
There you go.
my proof of that.
That's awesome. Those are some really good answers, and I think if I was as a beginner, somebody who is a beginner, I think that's what I would look for in a dungeon master. The imagination and the writing and the like getting into it, like Tara said, with the voices and stuff. I think that's exactly what I would look for, Mike.
I will say that not all DMs are created equal, and Mike is an example of that. I would never in my life do an off-the-cuff campaign and just make shit up on the fly. That makes me so scared and nervous and anxious just thinking about it. I'm not that quick. I like to go by the book.
Yeah, and that like Mike said, with the imagination, like that's where you shine. That's so wonderful.
So now, between being different dungeon masters, so nobody's wrong, right? As long as you pretty much follow the guideline, and then you could kind of do what you want in your own group. As long as you're following the basics, you could branch off and kind of do your own thing, make your own characters,
Write
and
your own story.
write your own stories. So like
That's called homebrew, yeah.
his campaign could be totally different, and y'all could be doing totally different things, but you are both right, and that's what's cool about Dungeons and Dragons right there. I
Yeah.
think is what I see, and I don't know nothing about it, but I like that. Like you know what I mean. Nobody's wrong.
And so
Right,
I guess that
exactly.
brings me to my next question, and Mike, we'll start with you. What are some examples of bad games that you've played in, and what went wrong with them?
Bad games that I've played in or DM'd with are players that are rule lawyers. And they don't shut up, and they metagame. They try to play everybody else's character for them, and they'll cross talk on the table. Like, oh, you should do this, and you can't do that when you're playing D&D. That's metagaming. Constantly arguing with the DM. It's shit like that. It's just not. It's not cool. Or on their phone.
constantly on their phone. My table rule is you've got to have your phone off and not be on it. If we're gonna agree to have D&D a certain night, you need to tell your friends and shit that they can kiss your butt for a good 6 hours.
Right. Tara?
I go hard.
I did. That's
You
why I
have
was just
been
gonna say that,
blessed.
Biggs. I was like, damn, he's strict up in there.
I have been blessed, and I have been in a lot of amazing groups that I've DM'd. I haven't had any problematic players, but I have played in problematic games with problematic DMs. I had a DM that would get stupid drunk, and all of his voices would end up sounding like a slurring redneck. No matter where we were, what campaign it was, who it was supposed to be. It could be Dracula, and he sounds like Billy Bob.
It's like, what if Dracula was from like
Hey,
Louisiana?
y'all want to suck your blood?
Like, I'm all about having a good time, but like,
Haven't you seen True Blood? All of them have Southern accents.
that's
God.
true.
It's like the vampires in Nashville, yo.
It's true. Maybe Dracula's from Bon Ton, and I didn't know.
Bill drove me crazy whenever he said Sookie's name.
Before
Suck it.
before they suck your blood, they say bless your heart.
And then
Vampires from Atlanta.
she drove me crazy, her accent.
And Heavy T, I love you, man.
My favorite from True Blood was Pam. She was so hot.
The blonde, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eric's underling, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next, Brookers? What do you want to know next?
Sorry, I was trying to think. I'm like, who else is my favorite? So have you ever left the game in the middle? Like, just was like gotten like pissed off at the people around you, or what have you? Something, maybe even an emergency happened and you had to leave the game in the middle.
No. Not to my recollection, I haven't.
What would happen if somebody had to do that?
In our game last night, we thought our cat was missing. One of our cats is really scared of people that are strangers, and we could not find him. We finally found him hiding in the closet, blending in with the wall, like he could not see him. And it came to a screeching halt because I'm the dungeon master and they can't play without me.
Then
So,
you continued it that same night.
mhm.
I think
Yeah, we found him within like 20-30 minutes.
I think I saw it in a TV show where they were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then they had to do something, but like they didn't finish their thing, so like they were continuing the game. Like, life stops when you Dungeons and Dragons, or like when you guys go into a session until it's done, pretty much, right?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Me neither.
So, like,
Ask it again.
Say everybody's coming over, like doing a session. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're just starting a game for the day. Like, once you start that game, like, you just can't stop until you finish that like certain section.
I mean, there are spots along the way that you can stop, like, because you never know how long it's going to go, because sometimes scenes play out way longer than you planned. Sometimes they're shorter than you planned.
Well, that's what I'm
So-
saying. Like, say you guys are playing and you plan to play for 3 hours, right? And you start your session, but that scene goes on for, say, 8 hours. But, like, life stops until you get to that next spot, kind of. Like, y'all are serious
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah, we played for 7 hours yesterday whenever I had my game.
Wow.
Yeah, because I saw that on a TV show. Like, a dude, like, missed work and shit. They were up all night, and he's like, I can't go. Like, everybody's here. Like, this is my first time being a DM. And, like, they're like, fuck it. They're like, you did what? And then I was, like, thinking, and after knowing you guys and stuff, it's like, you people are that, like, Dungeons and Dragons are, like, that serious. Like, life stops when you start your game for the day.
It's true, yeah. We take breaks and stuff, though, We're not crazy.
We're not that crazy.
Gotta
So-
eat, gotta use the bathroom.
Some groups probably are, though, right? Like, really strict, like, to the rules like that. Like, once you sign in, like, you're in for the day.
Well, no, most games take breaks, just because you gotta relieve yourself at some point. Especially us nerds drinking Mountain Dew and all
Eating
that.
pizza.
Mm-hmm.
D&D
A lot
is
of the times
very-
drinking.
Yeah, drinking, smoking weed.
Oh, let me tell you one thing that I hate about drinking with D&D that upsets the shit out of me every time. You draw maps for D&D. You don't have to, but I do. And they're like erasable wet erase markers that you use. And sometimes people will drunkenly knock over a freaking drink and then the whole map gets wiped off
Is drinking a
in one
problem
fell swoop.
in Dungeons and Dragons like communities and stuff?
Do what?
Is alcohol a problem?
No, it's just like a party thing, you know. It's a fun time to us. So sometimes we drink. Not everybody does. Some people don't allow it at the table.
Well, they probably don't laugh.
D&D is like a movie night, except a movie night that can last up to 6 to 8 hours. Sometimes even longer if you're a fucking marathon gamer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just depends on where's everybody at and what they got going on and shit
Exactly.
like that. I mean, I've been in games that have lasted 12 hours, so...
Me too.
Damn.
12 hours.
During
That's
the
hardcore.
hurricane, during the last hurricane, when we lost power for like 3 days, we had a 3-day marathon game with the family. Me, the husband, and the kids.
Thought you didn't say during COVID.
We took breaks to eat and like, you know, go to bed and stuff, but we mostly played D&D all day because there was nothing else to do. It was fun.
It is a lot of fun. I can't recommend it enough. You know, some people just don't understand it and they don't even want to give it a try, you know, because they, you know, maybe they don't like Lord of the Rings or they don't like Willow or anything like that. Fantasy movies
Oh my
are
gosh, I
foreign to
remember
them,
Willow.
you know. What's that?
I just, like you said, Willow, and I'm like, oh my, it like brought me back.
Yeah, that's an old movie, you know.
Or sometimes they just don't like the stigma of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, but that's changing now, right? With the times with it growing so much in popularity.
I think it's opened up. 5th edition has definitely opened it up to a lot more people because of how approachable it is now. It's not a hard game anymore. There's not a lot of charts. You know, you've got stuff online that can assist you to where you really don't even have to have the rules, like D&D Beyond or Roll20. You know, these two platforms are just incredible for helping you play the game and create your characters and creating campaigns even. And it's just it's an amazing time to be involved with Dungeons and Dragons and to see it grow into what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's like a vibe now. It's a thing. I mean,
Yep.
that's what the kids
They
are
made the
doing.
most they've ever made this year.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's getting out there.
So the article that Rob Whelan wrote for Dicebreaker, it was there's 10 things that you may or may not know about Dungeons and Dragons. The first of it being that many legendary D&D creators started out as fans of the games. Did y'all know that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
thought that was interesting. He wrote, Dungeons and Dragons began its life as a game in the basement of you guys are going to have to pronounce this for me. Gygax.
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 Gary Gygax. That is the creator of Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. The Gygax.
Yeah.
In the basement of his home. As it grew in popularity and expanded in scope, Gygax needed to add staff members, but there was only one problem. The only people who could grow with the game had to know what it was. Most writers and the game designers at the time were still unaware of what a role-playing game was, so Gygax recruited from people who wrote fan letters and sought him out. Tim Kask, tracked down Gygax about a rules questions and ended up with a job as the company's first full-time editor. Brahm, the visionary artist whose dark sun covers brought that brutal setting to life, followed up sending in paintings for an art job by showing up at the offices. So that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought. I don't know if you thought, but I thought.
Yeah, the growth from that is, well, that's big.
Well, I mean, because like one guy was just like, "Hey, I got a question. You got a job."
It started with a game called Chainmail, which was like, it was just like a war game, right, Mike?
Yep,
Like a battle game.
that's exactly
then-
right.
But they wanted to do more with the heroes. They wanted to like tell more story and go on adventures and shit. So then,
Right. They wanted to give heroes of the armies, like the generals and stuff like that. They wanted to give them background stories and have them go on solo adventures without the armies behind them. And that's how Dungeons and Dragons pretty much started.
Interesting.
yes,
male?
Heavy T, I have experienced D&D gatekeepers as a woman playing Dungeons and Dragons.
What's a
For
D&D
sure.
gatekeeper?
What would a gatekeeper be, guys?
Someone that tries to keep you at the gate. They're like, stop, you can't come in here. You can't play with us. You're not welcome.
Like, because you're a girl
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
or because you're a woman? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
in a lot of different careers too. Like, you know, tattooing industry is hard like that, and the cannabis industry is hard. A lot of industries are hard like that. So yeah.
There's different types of gatekeeping too. There's also like the stereotype, like women play healers, and they'll be like, if you're going to be in our game, you have to be a healer.
Oh,
That's a
jacked
type
up.
of gatekeeping.
Do you experience that a lot?
Yes.
Do you put up with it, or do you?
No,
go
I
rogue.
like actually go out of my way to never heal in any game that I ever play because of the stereotype.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Fight the man.
Now, what do you?
Right.
Now, what do you think about something like that as a male, Artemite, over that situation, like gatekeepers and keeping women from being, say, dungeon masters and moving up in the ranks and not just being like held oppressed?
I'm all for women moving up in the ranks and doing everything in the game. Like Terra, I love her DMing style. She does great voices. She's moves the story around, or along. It's a great timeline. We're not stuck looking at rules all the time. Like I said, she keeps it moving.
Yeah.
And
In case you guys didn't know, Terra, she does her Dungeons and Dragons on Thursdays, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
She dresses up, she does the voice. Like, it's an insane stream. It's really, really cool. Y'all gotta make sure you check that out. The whole crew be in there too, we be vibing.
yeah.
And Mike, you said you're in one too, correct?
Yeah, it's that same game.
Oh, it's
Yep.
the same game. Okay. I thought I heard your voice in there.
But not only Terra though, I play with a couple of girls on Tuesday on a channel called Roll for Perception, and they're really good players. So I'm all about the females moving up in the ranks and playing with us and everything like that. I think it's closed-minded if you're not,
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's grown a lot since
Right.
I first started playing. That's when the gatekeeping really, really badly occurred. But nowadays it's like tons of women in D&D.
And Kyle, the Baked Baker, says that he's experienced it on Dark Age of Camelot. First character he made was a healer, and people would always get pissed when they got out of healing range and die.
Yeah, they expect you to chase them around and shit. I don't have time to babysit people. That's why I don't like healing.
Right.
My friend Ryan says it's like DPSing your friends. DPS means damage per second, but it's like damaging your friends, but in a good way. I'm like, I can't wrap my brain around it. Healing is
No.
not for me.
So now there are entry levels. So you have the beginning, middle and advanced players, correct? Like different levels.
Say that there are different types and levels of players. Yes.
So in the with the next one that I'm going to say, Rob wrote that Advanced Dungeons and Dragons was partially a political ploy. Do you agree with that statement? I'm asking because I don't know if I want to get into it, but it doesn't seem too bad. That's why I was asking. But it looks like it's like an inner political ploy. So I'm going to say new editions of the game usually come out for mundane reasons. The company is out of old books and needs to do a reprint. The designers want to collect rules from different books and tweak ones that weren't working. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons came about for those reasons, and it was also had a subtle purpose. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons was credited solely to Gary Gygax, which means he got all the royalties for each product sold. So yeah, it's an internal political ploy.
Yes, there was an inner political struggle.
Your head.
Where he didn't want to pay people what they were owed.
For what?
Well, so unlike the original D&D Bigs, it's split. The original split the royalties between Gygax and the co-creator, Dave Arneson. Advanced D&D was published partly as a way for Gygax to avoid splitting royalties with Dave.
Yeah, he came out with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons instead of just Dungeons and Dragons. And it was to try to separate himself from the original creator and make his own thing so he didn't have to pay the original creator. Yeah. That is definitely something that happened. Co-creator. Yeah.
And it said here, too, that TSR went through generational talents like crazy.
It's kind of like, do you know anything about Stan Lee?
Yes.
And Steve Ditko, yeah. Like this whole Spider-Man controversy. It's very similar to that.
Okay.
Like Jack Kirby largely created Spider-Man, was a huge part of it, but it's always credited to Stan Lee.
Yeah, it says Jeff Easley, Margaret Weiss, Bram, R.A. Salvatore, and a bunch more names brought the world of Dungeons and Dragons to life.
Yes.
TSR treated them as disposable tools because management thought another one would be along shortly. So I guess they just felt like that they could just like pay them the minimum amount, and then get rid of them and pay the next one the minimum amount.
And with time, they were proven very wrong because R.A. Salvatore and Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman and all of them, still like some of the most prolific Dungeons and Dragons writers, some of the only books that matter.
Yeah, and that happens in a lot of industries, though. Like, if there's like a partnership where a bunch of guys get together and create something, there's always that one guy that's just like takes it away from everybody. You know what I mean? Or just because he's a little bit better at marketing. You know what I mean? There's,
yeah.
I think it's.
Would you call that greed?
Greed, yeah.
Or jealousy?
I wouldn't say jealousy because the other people really ain't jealous. They're just not getting paid what they're worth or what they should or their share for contribution. I would just say the one guy got greedy or the couple. That's why they normally split and shit. Same thing happens in like rock bands and shit, The lead singer always gets greedy and he's the man, but you can't do it without the drummer, yo. Can't do it without that guitar player. But they think they're God. They got that God complex, and I think the money goes to their head.
In 1985, Lorraine Williams bought the company, How do you guys feel about the difference between when Gygax was running it to how Williams ran it?
I really don't know much about that.
I don't either. I don't know that there is a difference at all. I'm not sure.
Right,
'Cause
exactly. I don't know what edition that would have been in,
Right.
or if it changed anything about the editions. Like I'm not really.
Yeah, I don't know what year
Yeah.
it was.
Well, okay, so here, because I'm asking because, opinions vary. So that's why I'm asking.
Yo, Booker's come hard like Barbara Walters. Yo.
Right?
This is 2020 right now.
So apparently, she saved the company in the 80s when she bought it out. She saved the company in the 80s. But
Okay.
her choices in the 90s forced TSR to crash.
Was 90s the 4th edition? What was in the 90s?
I think
2nd edition.
No, I think it was 3rd edition.
Because 3rd and 3.5 were like amazing times, I thought, for D&D. But 2nd edition, was that a bad time? Okay. Apparently, 4th edition was hated. Yeah.
Yeah, 4th edition was hated.
Yeah. And I don't remember when did that happen, 4th edition? In the 2000s?
No idea. I know that this edition's been around for almost 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken.
It was 2008 when 4th edition came out.
You just
Enoch
Google it.
says 3rd is
Yeah.
is 2000. That's what Enoch said,
Yeah.
sweetie.
Hold on.
3rd is 2000, really? Huh. I guess 23 years ago.
I can't believe
Yeah.
2000 was 23 years ago.
So it was good from the 80s to 2008.
When did 5th come out?
When did 5th come out?
Sorry, Heavy T.
Oh, poor your boy
At least
Heavy
you're
T.
still in your 20s, man.
I know, right?
2014 is when 5th edition came out.
Okay. So now we're gonna get into something that we have been excited to talk about. And this is, whether you know it or not, if you don't know Dungeons and Dragons, or if you do, there in the 80s, there was a thing called Satanic Panic.
Ew.
TSR actually liked it, obviously, because it gave them, even if it's bad publicity, it's good publicity type thing. And they talked about it, it says, if you've been watching the latest season of Stranger Things, you've probably seen, and at this point it was, I don't know if it was the latest one, but you probably seen the reference to Satanic Panic of the 80s that affected the popularity of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
And a lot of music too.
I was a victim of that.
The religious people were going crazy, yo. They were attacking like Dungeons and Dragons. They were attacking music, like, because they didn't like it.
Right.
So if they didn't like it, the churches and stuff came up with excuses, and then it was like, oh, the devil. A couple people used it in like murder trials too and stuff.
You want to
It's like-
see something? Speaking of devils, Brookers, this is what the player's handbook looked like, and this is why people were so freaked out by the game.
I see.
He looked cuddly
So-
though.
You guys can't see because we're in a Discord chat here, but it kind of looks like a heavy metal type record album, but it's not, obviously. And it's got a looks like a devil looking down at like a satanic type book, and it does look very devilish, but
But you know what this is in reality?
no.
This is a statue of a goblin god, and there are people on it right here that are prying the gems out of his eyes. That's all that's happening in this picture. That's all that people were freaking out about.
And see, I'm probably about what would you say, Bruce? 15 feet away from where I can see.
Yeah. He looked.
So from a distance, it looked like a devil.
yeah, it does. It looks the imagery is scary. if you're like, someone that doesn't know.
So the Satanic Panic was a movement that was driven by the fear that ordinary people were being lured into devil-worshipping cults. What you may not have known about its connection to one of the most popular tabletop role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons. So like I said, this is a may or may not know. Really?
No, we
I have
learned.
I have a question. What's the TSR?
That's the company.
Company.
Oh, okay.
TSR is the company.
What does
Okay,
TSR
gotcha.
stand for?
Uh,
Tactical something?
Sweetie.
I don't remember.
I was gonna say, Mike, you were like chilling in the Satanic Panic, right? How did it affect you?
My mom threw away all my books, my drawings, and all my records.
Damn, can you imagine how much money all that stuff is worth now? Mike
Oh,
Disney original art.
Original.
Oh, not that. I thought you were talking.
That's a
Tactical
shame.
system rules.
Well, that stuff too, but your original art, like, that's killer. That's sad.
I had some pretty cool demons, man. I was drawing a lot of demons and stuff like that, so they didn't like that. They totally didn't like that. And of course, I was listening to Iron Maiden and Evil Eddie on the cover of all the records. They didn't like that shit.
Yeah.
So I was.
They make you go to church and stuff. Like, did they like put you in like some
Yep.
crazy church program to like pray to devil out of you and shit?
No, they didn't put me in no church program, but I had to go to church, that's for sure.
That happened.
And I had to go to youth church on Wednesday nights. So that was all right because we ended up just playing Dungeons and Dragons there.
Ethno said his stepdad tossed their D&D stuff and their Kiss records.
Yep.
Not the Kiss records.
So
Also, listen, I wasn't affected directly by the Satanic Panic. I was a little young for it. I didn't play D&D. I was from a small town. I didn't know anything about it back then.
Right.
But my husband was greatly affected by the Satanic Panic. He was a fan of Marilyn Manson. Had shirts of theirs, had albums of theirs, had D&D books that looked like witchcraft. His dad also made him get rid of everything, made him took him to the mall, made him buy pale pastel clothing,
Oh
threw
my
away all his
goodness.
band shirts.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Mr. J, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like Bruce and I have always talked to like how we grew up affected our parenting.
Mm-hmm.
see, I wasn't.
And like we're totally chill parents.
I wasn't affected by the Satanic Panic. I was more affected by hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Like my parents were like crazy about like they heard rap or Wu-Tang Clan or something. Shit was going off, yo.
I grew up in a very strict household. Like I wasn't even allowed to watch The Simpsons. So
It's weird. My stepmom was really fucking strict, but when it came to like media stuff, she was really open-minded. I think that's because she smoked pot.
No, I wasn't allowed. Like, I know also I wasn't allowed to watch MTV. The only time that I was allowed to watch MTV is when it turned into Al TV and it was Weird Al Yankovic doing his parodies. And I was only allowed to watch the parodies, not the original song. My parents would watch it and tell us when we could watch it.
Oh, Angel is saying, you tell little man I'm right here, yo. DJ Bruce doing the podcast tonight. I know little man out there sliding. He bouncing, yo. He doing his thing. That's a DJ Bruce baby, yo.
I can't wait until the baby's old enough to be in one of those like bouncy extra things and then listening to you.
Yeah, we're gonna make
I
him.
gotta run to the ladies' room.
We're gonna make him a gift. We'll have the baby like.
Baby bouncing to DJ Bruce.
Yeah. We got the VODs though. I always keep VODs up for him, Angel is saying. So if he ever gets out of hand, you slap that on the big screen. It'll stimulate him. He'll be occupied. He'll be all happy.
Big Baker, I'm still not allowed to watch HBO or Showtime after 10. Who are you kidding?
Big Baker, look, man, That's the only thing I was allowed to do probably when I was young, was watch HBO after 10 o'clock.
That's hot. You gonna leave me? Yo, Brooker's left me in control of the show. It's on, bitches. Let's go. Biggs, what's good?
Shit.
Let's light this shit up. Let's get it
We in
going.
trouble, y'all.
Southern Methodist. Yeah, I went to a religious school too. I went to a Catholic school. And then, well, I'm not a Catholic no more.
School.
What'd you do, Biggs?
Normal public school.
I went to a normal public high school. But like before the high school, I went to Catholic crap. But maybe it works for some people. It wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, Angelison. So yeah, it's good to see you guys. Everybody here rocking with us.
Rocking and rolling, sliding, gliding. Tell them.
Slipping and sliding.
So you got any Dungeons and Dragons questions for these guys, Biggs?
How long have y'all been playing?
Since I was 11 years old.
Jeez.
And I'm 51 right now, so 40 years.
Tell them the story though about the first D&D book you got.
Team Folio?
The one that you said your grandma got for you off the truck.
Oh, yes. There used to be this Schwann's truck. They used to drive around neighborhoods and sell shit off the truck. They had everything. You know, if they had a catalog, they'd come in with the catalog, the salesman, and if he didn't have it on the truck, he'd order it for you and bring it to you next time. And it was just awesome. And my grandma saw these. I always drew pictures ever since I was little. So my grandma saw these books, and she didn't care what it was called. She just saw the artwork on them. So she bought them for me, and it ended up being Dungeons and Dragons, and they were ring binder books, and there was no dice with them, but on the back of the book you saw numbers 1 through 20 in little squares that you could cut out and separate. And I never knew until like about 4 years ago what that meant. And it was because that was a prison edition. It was a prison edition book because there's no dice allowed in prison. So they had the chits, you know, you could put them in a hat or a shoe or whatever and pick them out.
Interesting.
So
I've been playing since 2004.
we got Goblin Man in the house. Happy Sunday. It's great to see you. And
Love
we got
you, Goblin Man.
Ruby to Cherry.
Enoch says he started playing in 1981.
Nice.
Jeez, that was before I was born.
I wish. Like I said, I grew up in a really small, closed-minded town full of hicks. Nobody played D&D. I had never heard of D&D. My parents were very uncultured. Like, it was not something on my radar. And when I finally discovered it, it was like life-changing.
Nah, Ruby, we were doing some test stuff earlier. That's why
That might have been it.
That's
Yeah,
why the
I was just thinking
notification
that.
was probably jacked up. I'm sorry about that. But we got gifts, yo. So if you got,
We got gifts.
if you got channel points, yo, there's some funny shit. Like Brooker's is adding some
Let
stuff.
me see what I can do. Hold on one sec.
Well, I'm sure like Ruby got. There you go. Terra's got some points. See, we got some cool stuff. Brooker's doing some upgrading.
What they say right there. What's up with all these books? That's what
What's
they
up
say
with
in
all
Dungeons
these
and
books?
Dragons.
Oh no! You said it.
Oh no! The
Oh, we're
timer.
allowed
I
to
didn't.
say
The
it.
timer's
We're
been
allowed
off
to say
for like an hour. So, the moral panic that gripped the US and even parts of the UK during the 80s was sparked by more than just religious conviction and lingering suspicion that can be traced all the way back to the Salem witch trials. The glamorization of serial killers, the fear of your own neighbors, and the eruption of conspiracy theories throughout the late 70s and early 80s are all integral to how the fantasy role-playing game was painted as a nefarious gateway to the occult, tainting the minds of young people. So that's what people thought.
Yeah.
Which is funny because if you open an early edition D&D book, there's not that much satanic imagery. It's like math. It's just
Yeah.
tables and tables of fucking math.
Yeah, but-
and it's
Graphs.
Didn't
So
it
many
start-
graphs.
Didn't it start with like some court case where these like teenagers killed somebody or something, and then they played the record backwards, and then they were like using that as an excuse, and then the
Yeah, it was
churches
a
took
Judas
off,
Priest record.
and then
Yeah.
the
Judas
churches
Priest
took off
record,
with that, and then they
and
just
those
got
guys
rid of
almost went to
everything.
Jail.
Anything that had devil horns on it or any, the churches just went nuts, and then the parents wanted everybody to like wear like, but go back to the 50s.
But I mean, even like, I even remember when Columbine happened.
Yeah, you're right about that, Heavy T. People are still. I live in a place where people are still like that. It's crazy.
When Columbine happened, they were still trying to blame, the satanic panic type, Satan worshiping stuff on these kids. And that whole, that's what they did. They played violent video games. They worshiped the devil and all this other stuff too. It still continues.
Yeah, it's still alive today. Like they started it back then. It's just a reason to get people to go to church.
Well, I mean, and it goes to show you too
Interesting.
how much the,
They don't want you using your imagination. Like Dungeons,
one religion can
something like,
have over everybody.
something like Dungeons and Dragons is a very powerful thing, I think.
Yeah.
Because you're using your mind.
It's
You're
like that
using
World
your
of War-
imagination. Like
yeah.
same with music. Music takes you places. You can go on an experience. They don't want you to
Same
do
with
that.
weed.
Yeah, same with marijuana and stuff like that in other states. But like, they don't want you to open up your mind and see all that, because then you're gonna see through their bullshit. Once you see through their bullshit,
Then
you're gonna
game
realize
over.
you don't need them. But right now, you need to go to church. You need, and then even in public schools, I mean, they're just dumbing down kids. These kids are coming out of school and they don't have no life skills. They're book smart.
And you know what Dungeons
But they're
and
keeping
Dragons
everybody
can teach
closed-minded.
you?
You know?
You know what Dungeons and Dragons can teach you besides,
Several things.
yeah, so many things like social skills,
Yeah.
Yep. Big time social
teamwork,
skills.
Friendships.
reading comprehension.
Well, that's why the churches and
Math.
stuff, a lot of them are against the internet because of that. I mean, look at the stuff that goes on Twitch. I mean, people have communities and people actually
That's
like
what heavy
thinking
boy.
differently. And yeah, like Heavy T saying, we wouldn't all be able to communicate and stuff like this. A bunch of open minds get together, they can be in trouble, yo. We can take over the world with our thoughts.
So here's one of the things that added to this whole satanic panic. It didn't just appear out of nowhere. At the time, there were several different instigators to this, not just Dungeons and Dragons. There was like a shit ton of serial killers going on. When this started in 1969, a string of violent crimes committed were tied to the Manson family. The Marilyn Manson family. Not Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
all right.
Harley.
We got it,
No,
Brooklyn.
it was Tara
It's
was
close to
talking
Charlie.
about it earlier. That's why it's stuck in my brain.
Charlie.
She's broken.
Harley.
Old Chuck.
Oh
Old Chuck
Lord.
Manson.
Yeah, I still this is a really good blunt.
Yeah, Bruce made the good lunch today, yo.
So the Manson family, Charles Manson.
We gonna
he
talk
was-
about this around the fire, yo.
Here's what
musician.
happened, okay? Charlie Manson was the dungeon master. And he took things a little too far.
He took things way too far, yo. Cutting babies out of their wombs and shit
Holy
like that.
fuck.
It's just way too far. Yeah, that's what happened to Sharon Tate.
So
And they
Charles
wrote
Manson.
pig on the wall in her blood.
Yep. Charles Manson was an American. Well, he died, didn't he? Didn't he just die not that long ago?
I don't remember.
He did. I'm pretty sure of it. So he was an American musician who led a California-based group responsible for the murders of 9 people from July to August of 1969. One of the most reported murders being that of actress Sharon Tate and the 4 guests in her home. So there was a whole lot of shit that went on there. But what all of those murder scenes looked like, and at the time, the public, you could see it in the newspapers and stuff. The American public believed it to be satanic rituals. So that's kind of, huh?
Because they're
Because
stupid.
they're stupid.
Yo, it's easy. Like, people, the news says something, and no matter what, I mean.
Well, the thing is
it.
now that once that happened, like before that, there was none of that stuff that really happened.
Mm-hmm.
That was when you didn't lock your doors.
It was such a shock.
Right.
So now,
Before evidence, you know.
right, and now people have to lock their doors. Nobody felt safe anymore. Especially because she was pregnant. She was heavily pregnant.
Heavily pregnant.
So when
they did horrible things to her.
yeah. So when the 70s arrived,
It's always be happening here.
a new slew of serial killers were famous for blending in and looking like the average person, not looking like the creep down the street.
Well, you know what? That's a thing too. Like, with me, like, with tattoos, like, everybody always thinks, like, the guy with the tattoos is the bad guy. Or the guy with the beard, or the biker-looking guy. But you know what?
Which is some bullshit.
It's the opposite.
That if
As
you
a
look
woman,
Or the
clean
guy
cut
with long
men
hair, just
can
because he's got
often
long hair.
be the creepiest fuckers. Just
Yeah. Well,
the
and
creepiest ones.
even now you see these men who've murdered their wife and their children, and they look like
Nerds.
like the jock at that you went to high school with.
But the thing is, like,
Mhm.
people that have tattoos and stuff, yo, they spend a lot of money on that. That's not just like,
It's art.
yeah, it's art and stuff, like, and it's very, very expensive and very painful for someone's not going through that just to be like, well, I'm gonna go and ruin my life now and kill people. You know what I mean? They're the ones that's
Yeah.
gonna help you.
But then in the 70s too, you had Ted Bundy, who was very good looking for a man at the time. You know, women, he was very handsome. Nobody would believe it. And he was a serial killer. So now people are really, really, really starting
It
to
was
feel
a brutal serial killer.
yes. When it was revealed what he had done, people just went crazy.
When you do your serial killer podcast, I would love to be a special guest again because I have some shit to talk about.
Okay. Definitely. Serial killer podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that.
You said you took a note of it. You did
I
a
thought we
little
already did that.
Siri note.
Maybe.
Enoch, it was great to meet you. Thanks for coming through and hanging out with us. Big giant love to you. Have a good rest of your night, man.
Good night, Enoch. Thanks for stopping in.
Night.
Hugs and snugs.
Hugs and nugs. Our
Love,
sayings
piece
are,
of chicken grease.
our sayings are so close. Mike's got the hugs and snugs, and the DJ Bruce got the hugs and nugs, yo. That's so cool. I always thought that was a cool thing when we met each other.
Yeah.
So, at the time, you had like John Wayne Gracie, Son of Sam. Even over in the UK, there was the Yorkshire Ripper. The 70s were full of serial killers. There was also a lot of coverage. So it wasn't just that there was an influx of serial killers. The media was covering more and more and more. So it was getting into everyone's living rooms. You know what I mean? So everybody was seeing it on the news.
Trying to be more about fame than anything else.
Well, even if you got to think of it too, like some people got like boring lives, the everyday hustle bustle, you know, the same wife, the same kids, every day after day after day. So then you're like losing your shit, and then you're gonna go out with a bang. You're gonna make the front page of the news. You're gonna be on the TV. You know what I mean? So some people they go down this life because if not, they feel they're not gonna be remembered.
Right.
So I can kind of see
Yeah.
how we have to be.
So
I think that is a boring excuse for a serial killer.
Or they're just
I really do.
absolutely
It's like,
bonkers.
woe is me. I'm a white guy with a family that loves me. I'm gonna fucking kill everybody now. Like, what?
But if you
No.
think about it, that's kind of what happens.
Not every time, though. That's
No,
not
but a lot of
absolutely
times.
the case. Like, sometimes it's just straight up mental illness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
wow. So besides serial killers,
All right, we're gonna have this
In-
separate
Be real
podcast.
about this,
that
for
one.
real.
in 1969, when the Manson family murders happened, that was also the same year that the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey was published.
And I'd like to say that guy's a quack.
Though the book was heavily derived from other sources, it became a very important work for the Church of Satan.
Yeah, Goblin Man, you're right, man.
Dude who shot up his school because his pony crush broke up with him. What's a pony crush?
Yeah, I don't know what a pony crush is either.
Mental fucking illness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mental illness.
School crush.
No, I think like he was in love with a My Little Pony, a fictional character.
Oh.
And because this fictional character broke up with him,
Yeah, that one's
he
definitely.
lost it and shot up his school.
That I would definitely say is mental illness.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, nobody should be shooting up schools, yo. Leave the kids alone.
Yeah, for real.
There's definitely better things to shoot up than schools. If you're gonna shoot up something, but just don't shoot up shit. Just like stop. Just go smoke weed, chill out.
I thought you were gonna say shoot up drugs.
No.
Shoot up drugs,
Well, you know
man.
what? Actually, that could be like maybe a DJ Bruce theme, like shoot drugs, not kids.
slugs.
Yeah, shoot drugs, not people, or something.
What? No. All right, just zip it. Just zip it from there.
So, to the T-shirt press we go.
Do you know anything about Anton LaVey? Do you have like stuff?
Well, the only thing that I really have about him is that the Church of Satan was actually established by LaVey in 1966, and the existence of an official biblical text tied to Satanism changed things everywhere across the country.
I just want to say that Anton LaVey is a giant piece of shit, and everything that he did was to get laid. Like literally, it was just like a sex cult thing for him.
Isn't it like
Like
that
it is
Maxim
often.
cult too? Or was
Isn't
it?
what a cult?
Was it Maxim Nexus? It was like a bunch of Roman numeral thing too, and it was like a
Roman
sex
numeral.
cult.
Yeah, I'm sure that. Yeah, it's always about sex, man. Every fucking time. Like that guy on Tiger King, the guy that has his own little.
Oh, the
polycule
bunny
of
ranch thing.
wives. Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's always about sex. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, cults is like a sex religion thing. They use
And that's
religion
what-
to trick
Most
you
of
into
cults are. Yeah.
use religion to trick you
Or
into
pedophilia.
sex. Yeah, we should just go back to Dungeons and Dragons, yo.
So,
Is oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, it's fine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think there's a difference too between the Church of Satan and Satanism or something like that. Like there's one that's actually like a social justice type group that like goes out of their way and raises money for people and helps people, and then the other one is the Anton LaVey like scummy like sex cult one. There's two separate ones.
So, in the book came out in 71 and the film came out in 73.
I'm glad you
The
straightened that out.
Exorcist came out.
Yes, love that book.
Many associate the novel with the fact that a portion of the public believed that demons were in fact real. All because the film warned audiences that it was based on a true story. This, frankly, fantastic marketing tactic, coupled with audience members crying and fainting while watching the film version, resulted in an enormous success for the film and the TV and the book. But it also pushed us further and further and further into this paranoia where we think that evil is going to corrupt every single person. Could you imagine living like that? Like, how?
It baffles the mind. It really does.
I mean, that's like, I don't know. Like, that's just got to be a miserable life.
It's got to be a terrifying existence, right? Like, you literally think there are demons and shit gonna get you.
Right?
And, like there's a guy under the earth, like the mega demon, that's gonna fucking reap your soul unless you know, eat a cracker and drink some wine about it.
Satanism is worshiping yourself as your own higher power and not restricting yourself based on social taboos and norms. But they also believe that you should take care of the vulnerable and needy. Church of Satan is just a flip of the Catholic Church. Yeah, I don't know. It's all weird. To each your own.
Yeah, that's for a podcast for a different time, I guess, but
Definitely. I lost my place. I hit the wrong button. No, I hit the wrong button and it moved my thing out.
Big Giant loves Cindy. I hope you have an awesome night at work.
Oh, Cindy, my girl. How you doing, hon?
Cindy's our homie, yo.
She's my home skillet.
They tripped off this thing.
Kelly knows what she's talking about.
So now, there were, oh, this is me?
It's all you, baby.
This is all for me?
Yep.
Do you know that your mic is off, Bruce?
No.
He
Just
does
thought I would let
now.
you know. Just thought I would let you know.
Does now.
Damn, how long was that off for?
Not that long.
Hopefully,
Not that long.
hopefully the whole show.
Wow, yo.
No.
So, then there was the daycare panic.
Daycare panic.
People became obsessed with the idea that several daycares in the U.S. was a front for satanic rituals that were harming children. There was an FBI agent that said that the evidence wasn't there, but the allegations of satanic ritual abuse never went away, and people got emotionally involved in an issue. Common sense and reason go out the window. People believe that they want and need to believe.
That was real. That really happened.
No,
Wow.
Daycare
nothing.
panic?
There was. Oh yes, that really happened. But
then
there was
that-
nothing ever founded.
remember what happened
That
with that?
still happens to this day, the Pizzagate shit, you know?
Remember that stuff too on that radio station where the guy read the book about the aliens and shit, and the people went crazy?
Wow.
Was that Word of Worlds? They read it on the on
Oh
the
yeah,
radio,
yeah.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
thought it was real.
and they thought it was real, and the fucking town was going crazy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's just people panicking, jumping the gun, yo.
Yeah, but I would also hate to be the one that was like, let's just chill and wait to see what happens. And then something fucking happens and I could have ran.
I don't know. The last few tornadoes, I was just like, let's chill and see what happens.
No. I have PTSD from the last big tornado that we have. That was the scariest, freaking most bullshit of bullshit I ever want to go through again in my life.
Yeah, that was a rough one, but still, it wasn't that bad.
What happened? Did you have no power?
Do you remember that big tornado a little bit ago,
no,
2 years ago?
unless it's happening
years
to the
ago.
state I live in, I'm not paying attention.
Okay, so
Oh, it leveled 3
two
states,
years
yo.
ago in December,
It's like where all them people died.
we had almost 80 people die
Oh, it was last year.
in a tornado.
It was.
It hopped over our house. We heard our roof.
The town before us got destroyed, hopped over our town, and the town after us got destroyed.
I
My God.
I threw
Like
the
the whole
kids.
house, like I thought the house was ripping off. Yo, it was bad.
I threw the kids in the closet.
Yeah, the baker's in my area. He knows that was not a good night for anybody.
Oh my.
And I don't want to reveal our area, but it was a very, very bad night.
I threw the kids in the closet. Told them, remember, whatever happens, I love you.
Yeah, we were saying our goodbyes, yo. That shit was rough.
He threw me. I'm crying. He threw me down. The roof was like just shaking and just going and going. I was saying my prayers. It was scary.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
And like I said, like a mile down the road, there was nothing left. A mile,
Wow.
2 miles up the road, there's nothing left, and it just like skips. They like hop off the ground, hit the ground, hop off the ground. It was craziness.
That is crazy.
That's probably is the baker. You should call your homeowners, yo. Fucking homeowners charge enough, yo. Be like, that storm hit my roof. They'll put a new roof on your shit. Pay your deductible. Shabam. Try it at least. As much as they rob you every month.
All right, moving on. Now I gotta breathe. I got like my PTSD came back.
All right, we around the campfire. We doing our thing. We talking Dungeons and Dragons with Art of Mike Disney.
So
Terra from Terra. And my homie Biggs. What's good, Biggs?
Yo,
yo, he's been quiet.
I know. Why you so quiet tonight, homie?
Dungeons and Dragons and Satanic Panic ain't my thing.
I know a lot of this I don't know about either, but I like asking questions.
I
I'm
learned
learning.
a lot about it.
I'm learning a lot.
I just don't know how we went from Dungeons and Dragons to Charles Manson.
Satanic Panic.
We go on a roll, dude. I don't know what happens.
So there was several preschools that were accused of misconduct throughout the 80s, including, and the most disastrously, was the Martin Daycare in Manhattan Beach, California.
The podcast like a Tesla, yo. We just smack it on autopilot and it just takes us places.
We try and keep it on track as much as we can. So to date, the trial against McMartin is the most expensive in California history. Only to have all charges dropped against the defendant in 1990. The claims were never founded on evidence, and their accusations were sweeping and wild. They included people turning into witches and flying,
Wow.
flushing children down toilets, and secret underground tunnels where rituals were carried out. That was the accusations against this daycare.
Ooh,
That's crazy.
that's thick.
So many people took things into their own hands and tried digging around the daycare to uncover these tunnels. Through the investigations in the 80s, though the investigations in the 80s were not backed up by hard evidence, they ended up sending at least 26 people to jail, and one man served 20 years of a 40-year sentence that was eventually overturned.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
At the time, the public was being told by many authority figures that the accusations were real. There was this author, her name is Anna Merlin. She said that very credible seeming people were saying occult ritual abuse is all around you. We've seen it and the signs are visible if you know how to look for it. And the combination of fear-mongering, stranger danger, and more were all factors in the prosecution of Dungeons and Dragons, the role-playing game. So then this is where you were talking about, Bruce, but this is the actual case that had happened. In 1979,
I think that's the most famous case for it, I guess.
16-year-old James Dallas Egbert III was discovered to be missing from his dorm at Michigan State University. The private investigator hired by his parents believed that not only was it due to foul play, but it was also due to his history of playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I remember this because there's a lot of like tunnels underneath the college campus, and they believe that he got lost down there somewhere playing like real life Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. He suffered from mental health issues, and he was also a drug addict. And that resulted in him taking refuge in the utility tunnels underneath the school. And he took his own life in 1980. And they believed that he did it because of Dungeons and Dragons.
When you say playing real life Dungeons and Dragons, Mike, do you mean LARPing?
Yeah. Yep.
He was in the tunnels LARPing.
What is
Yeah.
LARPing?
LARPing, LARPing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Live action role play.
Yeah.
Okay.
You dress up.
That's
you
where
meet.
you.
You usually meet at parks, and you dress up. And,
Like a Renaissance thing.
Yep.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
The
That's
Renaissance. The
fun.
Renaissance Fair is a huge role playing.
I used to ride
Situation, kind of.
when I used to ride bike at this one park. There was a Renaissance group that used to practice all their swords and stuff. So I used to make my like water break because I used to do laps there. I used to make my water break and I used to watch them and stuff. It was pretty cool. And they would dress up in like full armor, have shields, the whole kit and caboodle, and they'd be out there doing this whole thing in
Yeah.
the park and putting on this little show, and it was really cool.
And
So-
like honestly, it's sad that he died and everything, but tunnels, playing D&D and some tunnels sounds really fucking cool.
So do you guys do LARPing?
I have like kind of participated in it, but mostly just watched other people.
Just watch, yeah, me too. How about you, Mike?
About what's that?
You do any
Do you
LARPing?
LARP?
No, I've never done any of that.
No, never. What about you, Biggs? You ever LARP?
Nope.
Nope. I do a lot of lurking on Twitch.
Is
but
there like a plural, like in a singular? Is it like LARP versus LARPing?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually met my husband, Kyle. LARPing is live action role play.
it's like
I actually
Renaissance
met my
and stuff.
husband LARPing, kind of.
That's cool.
When I met him, he was pretending to be a vampire.
Okay. Angel of Sin's wife used to
Wow.
be a LARPer. Is that what I would say to be
Yeah.
proper? Do I say LARPer?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
cool, man.
Wow.
And they used to LARP around the lake in our town, and they all pretended to be vampires.
That's so crazy.
Mhm.
That I would
Oh,
love
yeah.
to do. Not like I'm not saying crazy like that. I'm sorry.
So-
I'm saying like I'm
No.
thinking like that. I would love to do something like that. That would be so much fun.
So check this out, though, Brookers.
Wow.
Think of it this way. Like, guys that ride motorcycles,
Are they LARPer?
they're LARPers. Because they all think they're sons of anarchy or like badasses and shit. But realistically,
You're
you're like
not
a lawyer
wrong.
driving a
That's true.
$40,000 Harley. So you're a
Kyle just
LARPer,
said
yo.
he wants to LARP as a DJ.
There you go.
So that
Yeah.
was like the first instance that something about Dungeons and Dragons had come into the media, where people who didn't know about it or what it was were introduced into something that this kid was interested in.
That girl, Sam, that's okay that you missed it. We could do it late. Giant love and cheers, yo. This rips for you.
You know, it's crazy how different it's changed in the media. It went from this satanic, gritty, like, these people want to kill you, to, like, these people are complete fucking nerds.
Right.
You know, that's how we're portrayed now.
So I guess like the next time that D&D made the media was when was with Patricia Pulling. Ray Ray's Gaming, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Ray, that's my homegirl, yo.
We're talking Dungeons and Dragons with Art and Mike Disney and Tara from Terra.
Now, Ray is Angel of Sin's missus, so that's a LARPer.
Oh, okay.
She was a LARPing as a vampire. You want to tell us a
Nice.
little bit in the chat, Ray, about your LARPing?
You tell us about your LARPing, and I'm gonna continue with this next part here about Patricia Pulling.
Oh, that's a funny name for a woman.
So, Ivring Lee Pulling was a high school student who had trouble fitting in at school and eventually took his own life. His mother, Patricia Pulling, was convinced that her son's death was caused by Dungeons and Dragons. In pursuit of closure, Patricia tried to sue TSR and her son's principal, who had placed a curse upon his player character that she believed to be real. She put together a campaign called Bad, Bothered About Dungeons and Dragons, after her claims were dismissed by the court. So I guess it was like, you know, like you had mad, dad, sad, now you had bad.
I got some LARPing visuals of some D&D, it says, so we're going to give it a whirl.
Okay. Cute.
Yeah.
So, among other things, Pulling and Bad describe Dungeons & Dragons as a fantasy role-playing game which uses demonology, witchcraft, murder, satanic type rituals, and demon summoning. They put together a media campaign against Dungeons & Dragons through conservative Christian outlets and even appeared on 60 Minutes, a mainstream television show, to discuss their views with Gary Gygax. That's so crazy.
Yo, these people about to LARP hard as fuck, yo. The crew
Look
rolling
like they
up.
about to play a game.
Yeah,
The crew
Dungeons
rolling
and
up.
Dragons.
That is
Dungeons and
so-
Dragons, baby.
Wow.
Yep.
TSR went, hired a psychologist. We all know, I know her. I don't know if you guys do, but my generation would know her. Joyce Brothers, who defended Dungeons and Dragons to the public, letting people know that the whole point of Dungeons and Dragons was that good was meant to triumph over evil.
Now, speaking about good and evil real quick. Now, like, is most of the communities, like, you guys are all, like, kind of, like, positive and, like, it's kind of like a love thing besides, like, while you're playing the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a camaraderie.
Yeah, because we were all nerds that got picked on. So once you find your tribe where people get it and like to use their imaginations,
And then it's a straight
There's-
vibe, right? What do you
it's
think,
a
Mike?
vibe.
I also think it's a vibe.
Okay. Sorry, Brookers. I like questions sometimes. though.
No, I like your questions tonight, hun. It's kind of sexy.
Yeah, you're Connie Chung and I'm Maury Povich, yo. We doing it.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
We're like co-anchors on the 6 o'clock news.
For real, we're 60 minutes right now, yo.
60 minutes in.
And then Biggs is like
Biggs is like
the
the
sports
weatherman.
announcer.
Yeah, he coming in with the sports check-in. He's like, we got the high school basketball game right now. It's 2018. They're about to score big.
Go Wildcats.
Oh! Check back in about 10. I love you, Biggs, yo. Got my homie.
You're my boy.
That's my dude, yo.
So one of the biggest fears that Bad had set out to the public was that it was going to put a spell on your children so that they cannot discern reality from fantasy.
Dungeons and Dragons did that to you?
That's what Bad was putting
Hidden
out.
message.
What?
Sure did.
That's wild.
Even religious figures liken Dungeons and Dragons to demon worship due to the inclusion of gods in the game. Not a singular god, multiple gods.
Mm-hmm.
It was even said that if your character died in the game, then the player could be driven to suicide, which was likely born from rumors around those first two cases of Egbert and Ivring Lee.
They wouldn't just make a new character.
Is that
was
how
what
that would
whole
work?
chick tract was about too.
How would that work if like a player dies in the game?
You make a new character.
You make a new character.
You don't go and kill yourself, right?
Most people, actually, it doesn't happen that often. Like, at all. I can't tell you the last time in an online game that I watched, even, that a character has died. Because there's so many ways around it. But if you do die, you just make a new character. It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, it's a pretty cool video because they started playing the game, and then now they woke up in real life and they're like in the game. So I guess that's
what I'm saying. Like that looks like
LARPing.
fun.
Like, yeah, these people know where it's at. They really do. Like,
That's why I love Renaissance fairs, Burkers. If you've never been one, you should
I've never even been to, what is that, Medieval Times or any of those type places.
Medieval Times is expensive. If you want to sit down and eat some food and watch a show, that's fine. But Renaissance fairs are like a whole nother.
but even like these people, you know how much guts it takes to dress up and go out and like do this? Because it's against society. You know what I mean?
That's how it is at the Ren Fair. Like, everybody that works there is an actor, and they all are dressed up like that, and they talk to you in character.
My aunt and uncle.
Oh, we got a redemption. That's crazy.
What is it?
So,
But can we say, okay, wait, before we start the timer, can we say D&D? Your rule, Kyle. Can we say D&D, or are we not allowed to say that either?
wow.
I would take it for what it was.
Yeah.
Just don't say that one. You can say D&D, just not that word.
Or we could call it the Big D.
The big D.
The big-
Double D.
Big double D.
D&D is allowed. Okay. All right.
5 minutes, yo. It's 8:36.
5. You got a timer?
8:41.
8:41.
Yep. Nobody can say Dungeons and Dragons starting now.
Okay. All right. Where were we?
Reading about D. The Big D.
Big D. So,
See,
oh man.
the Baked Baker with the curveball.
So, because of this, the concern was that more and more kids would be involved in some sort of tragedy. And because there was more popularity surrounding it, there was more people coming into it. And unfortunately, there was some. Mary Towery was murdered by two boys in 1984 who also happened to play Double D. Ron Adcox and Darren Molitor were their names.
You ain't catching Burger slipping, yo.
Well, listen, in my opinion, it's just like Christianity. It's just like
Absolutely.
any sect of person or type of people. There's always going to be someone that's cuckoo crazy.
Absolutely.
It's just statistics.
It's math. I mean, yeah. I mean, and Molitor though, to D&D's defense, Molitor did try to blame D&D for his actions, as it was his defense that he used. He said that he should have been allowed to include this as part of his defense following his conviction. He claimed that D&D taught him to play mind games that he planned to use on Mary Towery. He also claimed that playing D&D would accustom him to violence and lure him away from God. So that was that card that he was trying to play. What a scumbag.
Wow.
That's like you can't even own up to your actions. That's scum, and then you gotta blame it on that.
Everybody look to blame something on everything.
Yep, that's true.
Just like when you get pulled over, everybody always drink 2 beers. When you get pulled over for drugs, you only... That's the first thing a drug addict will say. They'll be like, oh, I was only smoking some weed. They always blame it on weed. You know what I mean? Everybody got a scapegoat. It's always somebody else's fault or something else's fault. They can't just be like, yeah, I was smashing fucking lines of coke and fucking ripping 340s, yo.
3 lines of coke off a hooker's ass.
Yeah, like shit like that. Just tell the truth, yo. Live for your legend. Be the legend that you are.
So Ray Raid says, you know what? You should all play the, like, what does it say?
Oh, the Baked Baker. He said,
Play the, like, G6 parody. Roll a D6. I don't know what that means.
Roll a D6. Roll a D6. It's a song.
Oh. And Big Baker, thank you for the biddies. I'm glad you're having a fun time here tonight. I really am. I really, really, really am glad.
That's it. That's what we aim for.
But you know what, Kyle? I'm just glad that you're here. You keep that stuff for your roof.
Yeah. Y'all put them biddies on the roof. Biddies are waterproof, yo. You could use biddies as shingles.
It's a song on YouTube. Yeah. Baby boy is out cold. Aww.
That's the baby, yo.
It's all about people playing D&D. It's great. I'm glad. I'm glad. I see where it's a good game. You know what I mean? I do see where it's a good game. But in 1988, D&D player Chris Pritchard conspired to murder his stepfather and his mother over inheritance money. Though his mother survived the attack, his stepfather was killed.
I think I remember hearing about this on like a YouTube video.
Pritchard's fellow D&D party members, James Upchurch III and Gerald Henderson, were convicted of aiding and abetting the murder. We're laughing and somebody was murdered.
Yeah,
that's bad, but that's all Biggs' fault.
Y'all gotta know there's like an undercover thing.
There's a joke in there.
Oh man, that killed me as soon as I heard it.
Too funny.
I swear that's his name.
I'm fucking dying, yo. Like inside right now, I'm dead.
Biggs gets all of his news from Brian Upchurch. Was it Brian?
No,
Upchurch?
it's not always Brian Upchurch. I don't even watch the news on YouTube. You're crazy, man.
It's just me. I'm the one that says that about him. It's like I be teasing a motherfucker and shit.
Just watch a lot of like interrogation videos or like strange like serial killers on YouTube.
Upchurch the Third, even.
Or like
yeah, no, Biggs, you know we love you.
Yeah, but when people like kill their parents over video games or some shit.
So, in 2004, there was inmates at Wampum Correctional Facility in Wisconsin. They had their books and character sheets taken from them because officials feared that Dungeons and... Oh, can I say it now?
Yes, you can.
Oh, thank God.
2 minutes behind.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
We can say Dungeons and Dragons all we want now, guys.
Hot damn. Hot damn. Okay, thank goodness.
In the basement rolling dice, I'm a wizard.
Officials feared that Dungeons and Dragons promoted gang violence. Gang violence.
Yeah, I think all the Crips were sitting there playing D&D.
Could you imagine?
That's why they rolling dice out in front of the house.
Yeah, they were rolling Dungeons and Dragons dice in the alleys.
Like
nothing would have to do with shooting craps.
Don't get me wrong, I ride or die for my players.
You're doing drive-bys at other clans.
Throwing rocks at people.
No,
but
you have not.
Slingshot.
This is such a serious, heavy combo, Brookers. I did not expect this.
This was Satanic Panic.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is satanic.
It's
and
Satanic Panic. This is all it was about. You cool? You good, girl?
Yes, I'm good.
You good, homie? You need a break?
No.
Going down in the Discord.
Yo.
Oh, fuck.
It gonna kick in.
But nowadays, Dungeons and Dragons is used as a tool for promoting teamwork and social skills in schools.
Yeah, like I said earlier in the show, there's a group. There was a group in my kid's school, and they had it at the library and shit. So it's like really popular now. Like it's out there. Like it's a cool thing now.
It's
not
really
like,
popular. We have like a waiting list of people that want to get into our games. We have to turn people away because you can only have so many players before it gets too insane. Like it would take hours and hours and hours. So you actually do at some point have to be like, no, I'm sorry, there's no more room.
Damn.
And
Well,
also, oh, sorry, go ahead, Biggs.
No, go ahead. It's
No,
fine.
no, homie, you go.
I was gonna ask what y'all think made it become so popular like lately.
I think it being in popular media like Stranger Things, Big Bang Theory. I mean, it's on every show. SpongeBob has done it. You know, everybody has played D&D on TV nowadays.
Yep, Parks and Recreation.
So if it's on
it's
TV
nerdy, it
shows
looks
like
fun.
that, it's definitely mainstream then. So it actually hit mainstream if it's on big
But
shows.
also, like Mike said earlier, though, it's not like you don't see commercials for like buy this at your local toy store.
Yeah, but that's the marketing of the
Right.
company itself.
Could be.
Yeah.
Because if it's in TV shows, I mean that's
You think
in
they're
a way
pushing the
product.
money in that way?
That's product placement. So that is their
That's
marketing.
true.
That is their
That's
commercial.
very true.
Because like you guys spit off a list real quick. Like since you guys are players and big into the game, y'all were like, oh, it was this, it was this, it was this, it was this show. Even SpongeBob did it. SpongeBob did it. I mean, you can't get any more mainstream than that. I
And
wish
that's it, the
SpongeBob
young
would play my
kids.
music, yo.
Yeah.
I
Imagine
think
SpongeBob
another
and
reason
DJ
why
Booth.
it popped off
Yeah.
recently is because of COVID.
Yeah.
And people were trapped inside. They didn't have shit to do. So Dungeons and Dragons was the perfect thing, you know?
And doing things like even being in Discord, you know, you can still be with your friends and still do your game.
Well, even with
Yeah.
like Terra from Terra said when they had the hurricane, they were doing it as a family and all that other stuff. So that's like, you know, no power, lights out, candles. That could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, keeping everybody entertained.
And then, you know, they
You can
had
play
fun doing it.
digitally. You can play it on pen and paper. It's just such a great game. It all happens in your head. You just got to be open to it.
So, and not only that though, but now it's also said that if you experience depression or issues with mental health, regardless of whether you play D&D or not, doctors, counselors, organizations, friends, and family are always able to play these together. And just being with people like that and being involved in something like that, it's super good to just hang out and talk and, like Mike says, escape.
You're going on literal adventures. It's like an episode of Game of Thrones, you know, is happening. It's like you're living Lord of the Rings.
Heavy T says sign them up.
Hey, come through on Thursday on Terra from Terra's channel. Y'all will learn a lot about D&D and all that other stuff. And then Mike does another thing too. Where you do that at, Mike, on Tuesdays?
Roll for perception.
Yeah, roll for perception. Check out that, yo.
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Yep.
And then Mike's also on Terra's too, so
Yes.
that's like
On Thursdays.
Thursdays.
on Thursdays.
So, as far as the podcast is concerned, I ended my stuff there. Tara and Mike came up with characters for the three of us. So do you want to tell everybody what the characters are?
Absolutely.
I'm scared about this, yo. I'm like really scared.
Who you telling?
I'm telling you, Biggs. You scared too?
You damn right.
Oh no.
So let's hear it, Tara.
Okay. Well, Bruce is obviously a bard. A bard is just somebody that entertains the masses. They don't have to be a DJ per se. They could be any kind of musician, a poet,
Actor.
an actor. Exactly.
Definitely a DJ.
Yes, so you're a bard, and I also peg you as a halfling because you love to party and you smoke a lot of green.
Yes.
I think that's awesome.
That is awesome. So I'm a bard halfling.
And your background, which is like, your backstory, is folk hero because of your real life job.
Nice.
That's so cool. I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah, they're sweet to me, yo.
I love that.
And then Brooker's is a fairy druid. We came up with fairy because they're just adorable. And I thought of it immediately for Brooker's too. Just fairies are cute and they fly around. Why wouldn't you want to be one?
I like
And a
fairies.
Yes, and a druid because you're into gardening and you're great with animals.
Oh, I love it. I love
Oh.
it. Aww.
In fact, your saving throw or your skills would probably be animal handling and like nature off the top of my head.
Right on. I love that.
This video's bunk, yo.
I absolutely
Oh,
love that.
And your background is entertainer because like Bruce, you entertain, but you do it as the alien queen.
What?
And I feel like it would be such a fun character. You could have like an alter ego that is the alien queen.
I love it.
I think that would be sick.
It would be so sick.
Do you want to tell Biggs about his character, Mike?
If you have it written down, I don't have it written down.
Okay, too much flower power for Mike.
Yeah.
I said for me,
Artificer, right?
yes, an artificer. Because he loves his toys. He loves his doodads. He has doodads aplenty. He hits fat
Doodads
dad.
aplenty.
He bought everybody fancy little joint holders.
He did. I absolutely love mine. My little king palm stick with a roach clip at the end. I love it. It's so fun.
And I think that he'd be a furball.
Furball?
Yeah, it's a big.
Not a furball.
Yeah, everybody says furball, which would work.
Oh, Jesus.
But they're like tall, partially giant
Right.
people. They can have beards, and they're giants and seem scary at first, but they're sweet.
That
in the
is
center,
big.
just like
Yeah.
Biggs.
That is big.
He's like a big teddy bear, yo.
Yes.
Oh, gee,
He's a
thanks,
Chewbacca.
Bruce.
I'd snuggle with you, yo. You look snuggly.
In the background,
He's even
we
got a
chose for
jolly
Biggs.
laugh and shit, yo. Y'all hear
Yeah,
that? That's
exactly.
evidence right there. Biggs with his
Exactly.
jolly ass laugh. He like, it's great.
That is so funny.
I think
His
Terra,
background would be hermit too, by the way.
A what?
A hermit.
Hermit.
The hell is that?
Someone that likes to be alone, that, is okay being alone. You're chill.
Comfortable but
I can see
manhandling
that.
yourself.
Yeah.
yo, she hit nails on the head, yo.
You did good. You did
Well,
good.
we both did put these together.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. Mike
Y'all
and I
did
came up
really,
with this
really
together.
good.
Mike didn't write it down, and I did.
I didn't
got
write
a
it
list
down.
here in front of me.
Y'all two really did. You hit us all three, I think. What do you think, Biggs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
definitely.
I definitely think so.
One last thing about the characters is something called alignment.
Yeah.
Now, alignment is where you sit in terms of being lawful or chaotic, which you guys, I would say, are definitely all of you are chaotic. Probably.
Well, why are we chaotic?
I know, right?
We're like the chillest
Bruce,
people.
you especially, you're the most chaotic.
I'm
You're
like
chaotic.
the chillest person on earth.
And then there's good and evil as well, right?
Right.
And there's also in the middle, which is neutral. And true neutral, who would be a good true neutral? Example.
Who is a good true neutral?
Hey, who's a good true neutral? Anybody, like a person, a true neutral character.
Brokers, yo.
I would say.
It's like Mother Nature.
Yeah.
It's like Mother Nature. Mother Nature's unforgiving. She doesn't give a fuck about what anybody thinks. She's doing Mother Nature.
Yeah, she's
Brooklyn.
doing her thing.
It's Brooklyn. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I'm
Mother-
Mother Nature, damn it.
Mother Nature can also be very giving, you know, at the same time.
One of those. I'm one of those ones that goes like, "It is what it is."
Yeah.
And then there's like lawful evil. For instance, there's a lot of lawful evil people, corrupt cops. That's a lawful evil for you.
Oh, yeah, it's a lawful evil.
That's definitely a lawful evil.
Lawyers.
And then you have like chaotic neutral. That would be like Deadpool, right?
Oh, okay.
Like just chaos, but
Funny.
yeah, but chill about it, you know.
I like Deadpool. I think he's. Well, I just think he's hilarious. The movies, you know.
Yeah, I like to give everybody that I meet an alignment. Like I don't do astrology stuff really. I mean, I know my astrology sign, but I like to put people into alignments.
And you do tarot cards?
I do sometimes, yeah. But for D&D, I have a deck called the Terra deck, and it's like specifically for the campaign that I do.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's fun. I'm really stoned. Holy fuck.
But yeah, I would place most of y'all at chaotic good, really.
Yeah, that's what I would put them at, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have an evil bone in my body.
Not at all. That's why you're good. That's why you're chaotic good. Chaotic just means it sounds scary and it sounds
Carefree.
crazy. It's like
Carefree, yeah. That's a good word.
yeah, let the chips fall where they may. You know.
Yep.
What would I be since I'm 100% an asshole? Oh, Angel of Sin. Oh, that's not nice. I bet you're not an asshole. Ray Raid. Is he an asshole? Can't be an
Yeah,
asshole
and then there's
with that
lawful
sweet
good.
baby.
Lawful good is like Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones. If
You
you
know,
ever
I
watched
was
that.
thinking that when you had mentioned, what were we talking about earlier? But I couldn't remember her name. I don't remember. We were talking about something earlier, and she came to my mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's great. I love her. She's a great example of a paladin. That's what I would call her.
Who is that?
Brienne of Tarth.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Because she does what's right no matter fucking what. She's
Yeah.
a great person. You
Well,
know?
I think Ned was like that too.
Oh yeah, Ned was definitely like that to the point
Yeah.
of stupidity.
Oh.
Where he got
Yeah.
That
he
would
got
be-
killed actually.
That would be a cavalier, I think Ned was. Ned is more like a cavalier. Because they rush into fucking battle, you know, in the face of adversity. They're crazy, you know. Like they don't wait for tactics. They go.
Actually, Ned was about tactics. That's why he got his head chopped off.
Oh.
Yeah, but he should have known better. He was also kind of... I think his love for Robert clouded his judgment when dealing with Cersei and every situation that came about.
What are you talking about?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I thought we were talking about Dungeons and Dragons, yo.
Well, we were
Kind of like
liking.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Did you guys know about Diablo game that it's related to Dungeons and Dragons? Kyle said.
Nope.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I love Diablo. Sorry, just one more thing about the alignment in Game of Thrones. Cersei Lannister, she changes her alignment like 3 times. She goes from lawful evil to chaotic to neutral evil to chaotic evil, like the whole spectrum of them.
Yeah.
She gets all the way to the end, and chaotic evil is a scary one.
Yeah, when you guys were explaining it to me and then what you were talking about, yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
I couldn't stand her at all.
She's my favorite character.
Really? I couldn't stand her. I
Yeah,
just wanted to kick
I
her in
love
the
her.
teeth.
I think that I just love
Wow.
a good villain, and I think that it's awesome that she like made people literally hate her with her performance. She's such a good actress. And I also think that she is stunningly beautiful.
Oh, she is. She is gorgeous. She is
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous.
Another
Her
blonde with a big mouth. That's just my thing.
Bruce thinks Uma Thurman is pretty.
She's pretty hot.
I think she looks like a man.
Uma
I think she's
Thurman.
got the biggest hands I've ever seen in my life.
And her feet.
Interesting.
Her feet and her hands are huge, man. Huge. So I could never get into
She's
her.
a blonde
Like,
with
she
big
could play-
mouth.
I have big feet for a woman. I'm a hobbit too. As much as I want to be a goblin, I think I'm a hobbit too.
You're a hobbit.
Yeah.
You should watch it,
Do you
Angel.
wax your feet? I hope they're not hairy.
They are, girl. My big toe.
Do you? I shave
Believe
my
it or
big
not,
toe.
I shave my big toe.
I do too.
Girl problems. Hobbit problems. See?
Got a bunch of big toe shaving motherfuckers around here.
Big toe shaving. I don't have no hair on my toes.
I should find
I
a
do.
gift that has like a hairy foot.
Oh, that should be easy. Just Google hobbit feet.
Hobbit feet.
I'd let the hair grow out and just paint your toenails and just say fuck it. Just let the hair grow.
Just
I was
let it out.
watching. I was
Do a little
watching
braid.
1883. Dude, have you guys seen that?
Mm-mm.
I was watching. It's on Paramount. I was watching 1883. It's like a precursor to Yellowstone, and because it's in the year 1883, like whenever like the women like lift up their arms, you see like arm hair and stuff, and like every actress has like arm hair.
My 18-year-old has full armpit hair.
I think that's great.
I do too.
I really do, because I'm so sick and tired of
Shaving is
Shaving
stupid.
all
Like,
the
y'all
time.
have armpit hair. Why the fuck can't we? What's wrong with that?
So you gonna do it, Brookers?
I'm too used to having to do it.
Give me an armpit check right now, Brookers. I fucking dare you. I'll do one if you do.
Dude, I shaved this morning.
Oh, well, I didn't. So this is not fair.
That's why I was in
This
the
is not
shower for
fair.
so long this morning.
I was totally gonna compare with you.
Sorry.
I was ready to
I
be
didn't
like,
foresee the podcast going this direction.
What the fuck is going on, yo? What happened,
I think
Biggs?
that's our cue, bro.
Yeah, that's cuteness.
we went from serial killers
went
to
from-
fucking armpit hair.
Yeah, this went from podcast talk to like personal talk.
I don't know
How
what
do you
happened.
groom?
On the next Pot of Coffee podcast, grooming.
Grooming
Well, you know,
101.
hobbits are hairy bitches, so that it just, you know,
Yeah, I guess it's
naturally led
related.
there.
Yeah, we looped it back in.
We lift it back in. But yeah, so unless y'all got anything
Yeah, anything to
After
add?
armpit hair, no.
after armpit hair, anybody's got anything to add? Questions?
I would love to play a one shot with you guys sometime.
A what?
A one shot.
What's that?
It's
that?
where we make you a character. You know, you guys make it, we help you make it, of course. Like, you come up with whatever character you want to do, and then I run one session, and it has a beginning and an end, and it's just that one time. It's a one shot.
Okay.
That way you're not committed. You don't have to, like, because, you know, campaigns can take years sometimes.
Okay.
But a one shot is like You just do it.
A Bake Baker with the gift sub. Thank you.
I'll be
Appreciate
interested.
it, homie.
I think it would be a lot of fun.
I would be interested too. Would you be interested, Biggs? Did you say yes?
Yes.
Okay. Bruce,
What are we doing now? Sorry.
we're gonna play a game with characters and stuff. It's gonna be like a short one.
Okay.
And it will walk you through the entire process.
Should we do it on a podcast?
That's what I'm thinking.
That would be pretty interesting, actually.
What do you think, Art and Mike?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I think this would be extremely fun.
Should
What
con-
do we need to do?
Should we continue it next week?
I mean, we don't have to do it next week, but
If they have to
Yeah,
get stuff
because-
together to help us out, then we got to give them like maybe a couple weeks or
yeah,
Sounds like
I
to me
gotta
they pretty much
prepare.
already made the characters for us.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
That's
we
characters.
do
true.
have-
That's if you want to play yourselves in the game. I personally like to get, fantastical.
I'll play myself.
Let's dip our toes in the
Oh,
water
yeah.
here. Let's play these characters
DJ
that,
Bruce got to be DJ Bruce.
that
Okay.
y'all came up with for us.
Yeah, that would be awesome, actually. I think Biggs already has a name. What's your name, Biggs?
Big.
Oh, I don't know. I forgot what it was.
It was like Aegon.
Argon or something.
Yeah. It was Argon Lothbrok, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
Argon Lothbrok. That's right.
What? Oh, I gotta come up with a name.
My name's Bruce, like DJ Bruce.
What?
No,
I like it.
Yeah, DJ Bruce is a good name. I like that one too. What?
I don't know.
Kyle's losing it.
Yeah.
Baker's, he's going off.
It's time for Kyle to go to bed.
No, Kyle. His name is Nepperoni Pipples.
Dick pic.
Nepperoni
My goodness.
pimples. What?
Pipples.
Nipples.
Pipples with a P.
Like pimples,
Nepperoni
like popping a
nipples.
pimple on your face.
Just switch the P in the end. Pepperoni nipples, Nepperoni Pipples. I don't know. I'm just fucking
Let's
with
see.
Kyle
I'm
doing what
thinking.
he did.
All right, so we got Biggs is that long ass name. Then we got DJ Bruce. What would Broker's name be?
What about Faya?
Oh, I like it, Faya.
I'm
Write
looking
that
up
down.
fairy girl names. I'm cheating a bit.
No, that's not cheating at all. A lot of people use name generators and name.
And I'm a weed smoking hobbit.
You're like Stony McGee.
I be chilling at the weed tavern, yo, doing dabs all day.
Faya is ugly in Spanish? Seriously? I gotta pick a different one.
Oh, Nugs.
Freya.
Good looking out, Nugs.
For real. Homie. Thank you. Hold on. Give me a minute.
Good looking out.
Okay, so DJ Bruce. That's a perfect name for DJ Bruce. I love it.
Yeah, it's just a little hobbit in the back of the tavern. He just makes beats, smokes weed. It's cool. Goes on little journeys and shit.
Alabaster.
I could see your character, Bruce, having a lot of charisma. Bards need that anyway, but your character is extra charismatic.
Yeah,
We have to roll up stats for you, but like no matter what, as the DM, if I'm DMing, I feel like you should have a full like 20 in charisma.
Who should we have DM this? We got 2 DMs here. Should we have Terra do it? Or should we have Mike do it? Mike wants Terra to do it?
She's got roll 20 down and everything, so she can do the better preparation for an online game.
Yes.
Well, it'll be here like this. We'll do it on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll
I'm
figure
still
something
looking
out.
for a name. I'm really bummed about Faya.
Yeah, they could heal Bake Baker because they do the weed, yo. Weed heals.
And you also, we need to come up with like, maybe you have like a set of DJ rig that you can walk around with that's mobile. You know what I'm saying?
I could be like,
You're 400.
I could be like Dragon Ball Z, yo, and like put my
'Cause
hands
you need to
together
do a
and like
pop-up every so often.
when I put my hands together, like fucking Dragon Ball Z, like beats come out. Cause I got like Hobbit powers, yo. That's how it is in the tavern.
This totally
That's how it
sounds
is.
like the Key and Peele episode right now.
Well,
Sounds like he was actually talking about Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid.
at least I wasn't like.
Or if you wanted to, is there another instrument that you've always wanted to learn how to play?
Oh
Like
no.
if you could master any instrument in the world, what would it be?
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no instrument that you want to master.
I already got. I play my thing. I do what I do. That's my
Spin
shit right there.
records.
That is my instrument.
Wow, that's just beautiful.
I put everything. My whole life is into DJing, yo.
I feel like you need a mobile DJ spinning setup then, like, you know,
I do
how
have.
they have mobile keyboards.
I do have all that stuff in real life, but for
Well,
like,
I mean, your character is going to have that then.
yeah, I know.
'cause-
Can't I just like have like magic? I want magic beats, like magic house music comes out, like fire
He wants
beats.
Magic House music to come out of his hands.
Jay's like the judge, yo.
Oh, could he still be a halfling?
Yes,
I really want to be a halfling, damn it.
some witch cursed me, yo. It's like a weird power. It just appeared.
How about Shaylee?
I don't know. We got to ask Nugs.
Haley's cute.
Yeah. SHAYLEIGH.
Nugs, is that name safe?
It's
Shaylee.
Irish. It's Celtic.
Jay was saying that there's a race called Warforged, which is like a robot, and you could be the beats. You could be.
No, but I need
The
to smoke
whole
weed
table.
too. I'm good with the character you made because you hit us all nail on the head.
But they have to follow certain rules, Bruce. So you need to
True.
pick. You need to pick
All right,
an
so
instrument. Then.
Can I have like a donkey that has like
No, he could
turntables on his
totally
back?
have.
I could like have a
a-
mobile donkey that like I tote along and he's got like my decks on his back.
Yeah, you could have a riding donkey that hangs out with you. I could totally see that.
Does that fit the rules?
Mhm.
Donkey.
So I got like a donkey and he's got like my pioneer rig and I just bring.
What is
beats.
your donkey's name?
Oh shit.
Halfling.
Eeyore?
Bruce Odyssey equips the house hat. It gives plus 50 to all attributes and 100% resistances.
God damn, Kyle, plus 50? That's a huge bonus.
That's because the donkey.
Holy
Me and Eeyore.
Yeah, we have to make that canon. You have to have the house hat in the game.
The donkey.
What
wears
does
it.
that house hat do then in the game?
It'll probably give you like plus 5 charisma or some shit crazy like that.
+5 firepower. Boom.
Plus 5.
Y'all are gonna
'Cause-
hate. Y'all are gonna hate playing with DJ Bruce.
No, I'm actually looking forward to having a chaotic ass character that keeps me on my toes.
Oh, this.
I'm excited. Yeah, but now you have 3.
Mm-hmm.
So now
That
you're
just
really
better
gonna be on your
in the long
toes. So what
That'll
do
just
we
be-
need to do to prepare for this? Do we need dice or what do we need to do?
Well, we'll have to get together before stream to do what we call a session 0. It wouldn't take very long, maybe an hour or so, where we actually make your characters, where we make a character sheet for you, and where you roll some dice to find out the number of all of your attributes.
And I got dice, yo, for D&D.
Did you get the set?
My kids got it. I'll rob them.
Okay, yeah. If you guys wanted to roll in real life with the set, that would be super cool.
Well, if that helps, but we got real dice.
Well, which
I'll go
ones do we
jack a
need? Do we
motherfucker,
need
yo.
like certain kinds or
If you have a set that you guys bought, it should have every dice that you need in it.
okay.
Yeah, they got.
Sometimes you need multiple, but you can just roll it multiple times, or there's even online apps for you to roll dice with.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So well, we will talk obviously. We talk practically every day. So we'll get this together and anything you need from us just ask and coming soon within, a certain amount of time. Whenever we get this together, Tara and Mike can get these characters and what we need to do, and we're gonna have 2 legendary DMs, and we're gonna have a Pot of Coffee podcast
Dungeons and
D&D
Dragons
game.
game. It's gonna
Live
be
game here.
crazy. We should probably, whatever day we're doing it, we should probably start early,
Yeah, you should definitely set aside
like a whole day.
like
4 hours.
yeah, I was gonna say 3-4 hours as well, because like it could take a while to if you want a good solid beginning and ending to your story.
Okay.
All right, Joe. Then we should all go to our plugs or dispensaries the day before, because like a 4-hour stream.
We're gonna need some heavy shit.
Yeah, we're gonna need artillery, yo.
And Mike was being nice. I was thinking 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
All right, well,
we can do it, and
we'll
we'll
start it,
definitely
like-
prepare for it, and we can take potty breaks, right?
we'll start early afternoon or something. We'll have like an extended podcast, like.
Be on
I
the
can,
lookout for the flyer. I will do a flyer this time, guys. I promise.
Flip
I'll
the-
talk to Mike about what campaign we do too.
I'm
I have
so
no
super
idea.
excited.
We'll do it the campaign in the club. No.
I am super
Kinda.
stoked.
No, I'm just fucking around.
This is gonna be fun.
We gotta break barriers, yo. We're gonna be in Guinness for this shit. Smithsonian's gonna be playing this VOD.
Funny, Bruce.
I try to be. That's the whole point of being a comedian on this shit. It's like my job. Making people laugh. Smiles for miles, baby. Let's go. Sliding, gliding, doing our thing.
Kyle, I have like 5 Vecnas sitting on my desk right now.
We eat
Vecna
them for
is-
breakfast, Joe. That's what hobbits eat. Vecnas. We put
We
milk
do
on
have,
them.
you
and
know,
we eat them
babe,
shits.
you want to know something funny?
What?
When we do our dabs,
Yeah.
what do we call it when we warm it up again the second time?
Second breakfast. So
Yep.
Hobbits.
hobbit shit, yo. That's how we live.
Hobbits know
We
all
live that
about-
hobbit life.
Living that hobbit life with your second breakfast.
That's another reason, like, y'all are just so hobbity. It's cute.
Y'all are the Hobbit couple now.
I'm a fairy.
I'm a hobbit, yo. I'm a hobbit bard.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking my weed and hanging out with my donkey. My donkey smokes weed too, yo.
I'm a druid.
Oh, yeah, that's
druid
cool.
fairy. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yo, Jenny Kush batter is fire. That's like an
I'll
amazing.
tell you guys more
Oh,
about
my
like what that
goodness.
means at session 0.
Okay. Angela's Sin, that is so funny. That is so great. I absolutely love that.
Aww.
That's the DJ Bruce baby, yo. Since he came into this world, he's been rocking out on my streams. That kid, that's my dude. Soon as
Is your
he-
middle name Wayne?
Who?
You.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Wayne?
Yeah.
It's underscore.
Is it Banner?
No, it's underscore.
It's underscore.
Bruce underscore Odyssey.
If your parents were way cooler, your middle name would be Wayne.
Yeah, they would be. But it's
Do you know who Bruce Wayne is?
I know, before Odyssey, that was
His
like
nickname was Batman.
my nickname was Batman, and I have a big Batman tattoo on my back.
I did not know that. See, I've never seen your back before.
My original DJ name was DJ Bruce Wayne, but then I shortened it over the years and dropped off the Wayne. And then
Oh my god, that's why you and Mr. J get along so well.
And then when I got on Twitch, because then it was just DJ Bruce, I dropped the Wayne, and then I got on Twitch and I had to put in stupid numbers, and it just annoyed me
no.
because people would read the numbers, and I'm like, seriously? So then I added Odyssey because there was like way too many Waynes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's only one other Odyssey on Twitch, and it's like so different from me. Like it doesn't even affect either of us.
No, remember there was a Bruce Odyssey.
That's what I know, but his stream is so
oh,
different
his
than
stream
mine
is different.
that like we're not gonna get mixed up at all. And even if you do, there's only two choices, so it kind of works out for us.
Yeah. Well, folks.
Hells yeah, Uncle Bruce.
That's all, folks.
All right, Joe, we ending it. So big giant love to Terra from Terra and Art of Mike Disney for hanging out with us, yo.
Follow
you for
them. I
having
just shouted them out not that long ago.
Yo, we got Onyx Lioness in the house, yo. Welcome
Yeah.
in. Happy Sunday. We just
Happy
about to end
Sunday.
day. But make sure you give us a follow. Come back, check us out. We do crazy shit here. It's awesome.
We do crazy shit here.
Great job, Brookers.
Thanks. Did I do good? I hope
I'm
I
up
did
for
Dungeons
bed,
and
Kyle.
Dragons well. I hope I researched everything good for everybody.
Do you know what a druid's most important stat is?
What's that?
Wisdom.
I guess
Oh, wow. Huh?
Get a raid or something.
I was gonna. We're having very good conversation.
I put the end
I'm
screen
just
up.
saying you're wise, so.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
wise
makes
people.
Thanks.
The Bake Baker, don't you got work tomorrow? Bake Baker might have a day off, yo.
So, who do we want to raid? Baby.
Who do you?
Schmidt show's on.
It's all your gig. It's all your thing, baby. Unless Bake's got somebody.
No.
All right.
He said I took a nap. The best podcast on Twitch.
We're gonna do the Schmidt show.
Man, big giant love, Onyx.
Thank
Said-
you all for
definitely.
showing up
They
that
said they're
we're
the best
here, and
podcast
thank
on
you for all
Twitch.
the awesome questions too.
Thanks. I'm really glad like I said, I'm glad I was able to, do justice for Dungeons and Dragons, and hopefully it was able to encourage others to try it, and follow your imagination and have fun and escape for a little bit from your corporate world or whatever you're doing.
The more you know. There you go. That's
we-
all, folks.
Magic.
Yeah, and big giant love to everyone. Greensight Gaming, Bake Baker, Onyx Lioness, Heavy T, Angel of Sin, Ray Ray Gaming. Yo, the dance floor was lit tonight, folks.
I don't even know if I want to go. We have 20 people on.
You have to go. You call me a Sheikah's in the house. I don't know. The show's over unless you want to keep it going. I don't know. It's not my show. I just work here. I turn visuals back
I don't know.
on.
What do y'all think? Should we keep going? I mean, I don't really have much more to discuss from all that I've written, but Biggs might have to work tomorrow, and
I do.
so you guys get a vote too.
Yeah, I mean, you can stay on, but I'm, heading out the door.
I think we should
Okay.
just raid out. I have work in the morning and stuff
Alrighty, y'all.
myself.
We're gonna raid out, but I do appreciate each and every one of you.
You call me a Sheik, says brew another pot. Let's go.
Brew another pot.
This will be up. Oh, Kaimani's in the building. Happy Sunday, y'all.
Happy
But,
Sunday, everybody.
Now, we'll put this up on the VOD, of course. so
It'll
you
be
could-
up. I'll put it up right after the show.
If you did miss, you can chill out, vibe out to it. If not, we're going to raid someone awesome anyway.
We're gonna raid
And then
Schmitty.
we'll be back next Sunday.
Definitely be back next Sunday. I'm thinking I'm gonna do serial killers since we really enjoyed it. Tara, would you be willing to come back on next week?
Yeah, for sure.
Bruce, what do you think of serial killers?
Yeah, I can come back on next week for serial killers.
Biggs? So you were gonna be here anyways. Tara just said she wanted to be a guest for it.
I'll make it to that one.
I know y'all will make it. I'm asking what you think of the idea for doing a serial killer one, Holmes.
Your pet podcast, bro.
You're a part of it, bruh.
I just
Yeah, but you the boss.
yeah, you are the boss lady.
Oh,
She is the boss lady, yo.
Wow.
Remember who writes the script. we just here to ponder about it.
I just do computer work, yo.
Oh man, you guys make me sound like horrible. Do I crack it like that, man?
No, you good. You good.
Wow.
yeah, I do a
Crack
little
that
work
whip.
too. I did some IT for y'all today.
You did.
Yeah.
You really, really did.
Yeah, we got them new
Tara is responsible for the gifts.
for the gifts, yeah. When it's
For
on the main screen.
redemptions.
All right,
All
Joe.
right, y'all.
Let's hit this raid. We'll see you guys next week.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
See ya.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Stay for that raid, though. You gotta tell people that.
Oh yeah, stay for the raid.
Tell them pot of
Oh,
coffee
stay for the
sent
raid.
you.
And now, after the raid.
We going to Smith show. He's a homie, yo. He's a vibe over there.
It is awesome.
Playing one of the hardest games ever.
I think.
Yeah. Elden Ring don't fuck around. I wouldn't play it.